Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
G12 is in the motherfucking building.
Haha. What's up, G12 world? Let's get it. Coming straight out of G12, NCAA coming at you. Stick skills have you frozen like a statue. Group of 12 streamers, we on that Twitch. Any other league just became our bitch. We got Fantasy, Mac Dub, and Baker. King Yofi, E-Migs, man, we some playmakers. Then there's Rhombus, Ravens fan and Chuck. Think y'all can take us, good luck. Sharpshooter and Gridiron Greats. Hardcore and D's, don't you underestimate. We got skill, we above the rest. Check out production, we pass the test. Every game produced with live commentary. A few of these guys on the sticks is just scary. College football, Twitch at its finest. Levels to the shit, and we on the highest.
Howdy, howdy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the G12 Network. It is MacDub44, joined with Drippy. He's back in the broadcaster booth. Drippy, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How about you, Mac?
I am doing well. So we have a triple header tonight, starting with Rhombus TV and his Oregon Ducks kicking off tonight, playing Stanford. So that'll be a tough game for him, especially he's coming off of a tough loss last week. And he needs to win this game if he wants a shot to win the Pac-12 North division. Why don't we go ahead and actually kick it on over to his stream? He's I'm not sure what he's doing. He's looks like he's reading a book or whatever it is he's doing. I'm sure it's good.
Doing Rhombus things.
Yeah, absolutely doing Rhombus things. That is fantastic. Couldn't have said it better myself. So yeah, Oregon is the first game of the night. Yeah. And then after that, we have Sharpshooter and his number 3 Clemson Tigers hosting number 17 Louisville. And then the last game, your nightcap, is number 5 Notre Dame and Yofi. And I believe he is playing BYU. So I think Rhombus is drinking tonight. That's an expensive bottle right there. That's some expensive stuff there. He's drinking to enjoy it.
Exactly.
All right, looks like he's about to. Sorry, you guys will hear a little background noise from my end.
The quality of NCAA is still so good.
Yep, it definitely is. So yeah, as I said, this is a big game. He's going on the road. He's already got one conference loss. Stanford doesn't have any conference losses. So if he loses this game, he'll have 2 conference losses, and Stanford doesn't have any. Yeah. It pretty much guarantees him that he will not win the Pac-12 North. So he definitely needs to come out with a win here against a tough Stanford ball club.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself, Mr. MacDub.
That's good for what ails you. Nice smoky.
And like I said, he had a tough loss last week against I believe it was Arizona State. I think he lost 35-21. Had some turnover issues and then struggled on defense. So he definitely needs to get back on track here. But looks like he's in a good mood. It looks like he's going to enjoy himself tonight. So that's always good to see.
Let's find out. Let's get into it.
Yeah. I'm just ready to see what's going to happen here, man.
Yep.
Hopefully we don't see a repeat of last game. He went all out last game, did all he could, and it just wasn't in favor of him. So hopefully we see better odds from Mr. Rhombus here.
I agree. So there, yep, look at that. We see the standings right now. Like I said, he's 4-1. They're 5-0. I mean, shoot, after this game, he's only got 2 more games. So, like I said, if he loses this one, he's out of contention for that Big 12 championship game, which we all want to see because obviously, you know, I'm rooting for every user, but I want to see him and E-Migs play in the Pac-12 championship game. So
I think that's what everybody wants to see, MacDub.
Yep, that'll be.
I want to see that matchup.
Yeah, but we can't look forward. Like I said, he's got to take care of business tonight, and then 2 more games. And Emix also has to take care of business. Although Emix doesn't have a conference loss yet, so he's sitting pretty down in the South Division right now. There we go. We got the light. We can see him now. I was gonna ask you why you were sitting in the dark, but you know.
I'm gonna go shut that closet too.
Go for it. You're good. Looks like Stanford wins the coin toss here. They're gonna choose to kick off. An interesting strategy here. Rhombus turns on conservative run to start the game. Guess he's worried about maybe some fumbling issues, so he turns that on right to start the game. And Drippy, if you want, I will let you take it away with the play-by-play.
See if we can get Verdell to stay
All
in
right,
this
let's
game
do
after
it.
his head taken off the first play, like last week. Just gonna start running the ball here.
Oregon's gonna come out here, looking for that good first down. They're gonna run right up the middle. They hand it off to CJ. CJ's gonna take it up and get tackled.
Getting him going is gonna be the key.
3-yard rush.
Not too bad there. I think he had some running room, but kind of ran into his offensive line there. But it's always good to get positive yards on first down. So
Right. Hands are right back off to CJ. He did say in the last play that running was going to be the key to winning this. And 9 yards in 2 plays, that's what you like to see.
yeah, always,
Slow but steady wins the race.
that's right. Always keep yourself in. We call it ahead of the chains in good situations on third down where you only need a few yards.
Pretty rudimentary
Yeah,
stuff
right.
so far.
Just seeing a lot of success right off the gate from this
Yeah,
run
Ravens
game.
fan.
9-yard right
Learning how to
back.
combine different overlays and stream
Yeah.
I mean, CJ killing it.
I like that. I like that little wrinkle. He added that
What do you mean by different
that fake
overlays?
jet sweep to get those linebackers looking to the outside, and then just hit it right up in the middle on Verdell.
Yeah, that's what you like to see. And he takes it for another
Sure
big
what you mean.
first
You
down.
mean like different
Man, the run
browser
game.
sources?
He called it out at the
I've-
beginning, and he's
I've
executed.
had the
That's what you like to see.
problem. I initially
Yeah, and he just needs to keep doing this. We know Rhombus is kind of a gambler. He's kind of he's kind of like me in a little ways. He does like to take his chances, but hopefully he sticks to the ground here until they stop it.
And then create a scene.
Which we haven't seen anywhere close to a stop with another 6-yard rush
I've
right
got
there.
one scene for my
Yeah, again, 5 straight runs up the middle, and
It's got the
I mean I think he's averaging about 7 yards a carry, so
stuff.
there's absolutely no reason
So I create a scene with
to break this.
I add that
What up,
scene.
Fantasy World League? How's it going, buddy?
Oh, they're going to go right back to the
That's
run
where
game, but he's going to go for the outside run this time. He hands it off outside, and he gets the
nesting
negative
scenes.
1
That's when I
yard
just finally
rush.
kinda figured that
So
out.
getting stopped here, I think he might go back to the pass here.
I don't know if they
Yeah, we'll see. 3rd and 5. It's still manageable, so you don't have to take a big shot or anything like that. So, and this is still a pass or run situation. It looks like he's going to pass the ball.
Oh, he's getting forced, but still gets the first down. What a way for the QB to get back there
Do I
and
watch
just
Nutty?
find
Yes,
the
I do.
receiver, even
Yes, I
though
do.
he was getting rushed
That's
in
where
a
I
bad
learned a lot of that
situation.
stuff from. And I got
Yeah, great read
QB
right
does
there.
not
at the
does
end
not
of the stream,
take
and
pressure.
beginning of the stream, I've got a
No,
different
that was a great
game
read
Pressure
right
does
there.
not
The
phase
pressure was in his face, but he hit that to the flat.
Plug in. And then he's got some fun
3-yard
stuff. I'm
rush
gonna-
right there.
I'm
We've
gonna
seen a
continue
lot
to
of
use
this
some of his
slow
stuff,
but
his ideas,
steady rushes
where
here.
you
I
can
mean,
have
3 yards
different
after
things
3 yards
playing
at
based
that
on,
adds up.
like
So
channel points.
we're seeing Rhombus really execute this run game and getting upfield.
Yeah, I mean he's already in scoring position here,
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do.
getting close to field goal range.
Ooh, 2 yards for all that.
That's a good tackle right there by that DB because
Yeah.
McCormick is a big man. So I was expecting him to run him over, but short gain there. Another 3rd and 5, 3rd and manageable.
You're going to look here
There we go.
for that slants, and they hit it. Big play for them.
Now the problem I had was
I was going to say if
can't
he got
do a
stopped
blur
right there
of
that
the
he might
camera
have to kick a
in
field
the
goal,
same
but doesn't have to worry about it now.
scene as my camera, my PC.
Fantasy World, is he buried in the sand? I don't know. He does have a very different camera angle. The thing that I like, and he's picking his plays so quick, he knows exactly what he wants to do. Even on those 3rd downs, he's got a good idea. When you see guys take forever picking their play usually means, they don't know exactly what they're going to go to.
Oh, great catch by the wide receiver. Threw it high, but still managed to get it. Jalen Reed with a great read.
That was dangerous. That was in between 3 guys, but his receiver went up, made a nice catch. I'm hoping he keeps to the ground here.
It's so much more convenient than the regular horizontal chat.
Ooh, Stanford saw that coming. There was nowhere to go. It was a good read, I think. It didn't matter.
How many points does Oregon need to score for MacDub to shave?
MacDub should shave anyway, so he doesn't need to score any. But who knows? That's just me being lazy. And there we go.
Shave, and then you're gonna do no shave November.
It ain't going completely. I'm not completely shaving. I'll tell you.
Mac's gonna get a goatee next.
LED lights.
Travis Dye up the middle for a touchdown. Oregon takes the lead on the first drive of the game. Literally just running up the gut, mixing in a few passes. What a great drive! And there's Ooh, he made that. Okay.
For a second there, I thought that he missed that.
I did too. Actually, it wasn't really that close. It was good.
These teams are so evenly matched, though. This is definitely going to be a close game.
So it'd be interesting to see what type of offense that Stanford runs, because they are normally a pro style, come at you with a tight end and a fullback and run the ball. But
Fantasy says sober October and then no shave November.
So I could easily do both.
16 by 9.
Here we go, 5 wide. I had a feeling that this game wasn't going to stick to the traditional Stanford style. You hardly ever see Stanford in 5 wide, even though they've had really good quarterbacks. Obviously, Andrew Luck. Even then, and the year Russell, or no, never mind, they played Stanford. But in years past, they've had some really good quarterbacks, but they're still a traditional pro style. This is more like it. And wow, look at that. 3rd and 16. This is where
he makes with the great comment there. I don't know if.
Yeah,
that's pretty gross. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, stay away from E-Mix, Drippy.
Yeah, stay away from Emig. Him and Pirate are gonna go visit those college campuses they was talking about.
That's next. 3rd and 16. Let's see if he can get off the field here. They got all the time to throw. Quarterback make a great pass. Just literally.
I've noticed in NCAA football games that if you go for the out route.
Folks, I think we might have lost Drippy. Are you back?
I'm back.
He's back. All right. You are right, though. You cut out there. Yeah, the out route is open. Against the computer, if you give them more than 2 or 3 seconds, they're going to find the right guy no matter how far they have to go. So 3rd and 16, you would think that's a down that you should win, but we've seen throughout this league that a lot of times the computer is picking up that.
What was that? Was that a face mask? Come on, defense. What are you doing?
Face mask there. So Stanford, with a little help on the 3rd down there and that 15-yard penalty, they're already in duck territory on the 35-yard line.
I knew they were running left.
Got a handoff right up the middle. Got a huge hole.
Jones is gonna be a tough man.
This is what I expected from Stanford. I expected them to come under center and run the ball.
Right.
There we go. They had 3.
He makes his wild in chat tonight.
3 tight ends set there with a fullback. That's power football. You got to recognize that. You got to bring your safeties up. It's just
I gotta push these guys back
no.
We've seen this from both offenses today. Just a good drive down the field. Just like I said, evenly matched teams. I think that we see an evenly matched game as well.
Got an incomplete pass. That was kind of dangerous as the receivers kind of actually hit themselves. We see that a lot in this game when they run a double slant. They usually run into each other. 3rd and 2. If he can get a stop here, the computer will kick a field goal.
There we go. Home to field.
Hey, look at that. Good pressure, and he was able to force the CPU to throw it away, 4th and 2. Uh-oh, I was wrong. They're going for it. You don't usually see the computer go for it in this situation.
Let's see, call. Usually if it's 2 yards or below, they usually go for it. And I thought that they were going to cheese that.
Yeah, Austin Jones kind of broke a tackle to begin with, but then there was about 2 or 3 more Duck defenders in the area, and that's a huge stop there. Nothing doing there. You know, he gave up some yards, but come away with 0 points.
Oh, I hit the button.
Here we
Going
go.
for the read option right off the bat, not getting anything, nothing doing there.
Looks like Fantasy World League is talking to E-Migs about how he could be Walter White or possibly in an Uncle Rico band. Are you a fan of the?
No, E-Migs is that guy from Fairly Odd Parents, that professor guy. I forget his name.
Kill me.
I don't even know.
That's a animated show.
Yeah.
That was an easy one.
Is it with Timmy or Tommy?
Oh, Timmy, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And a gold.
But he's not Timmy. He's the Oh man, I almost have it, but I don't. I haven't watched that show in years. I forget his name.
Damn, Drippy, you're letting me down.
I know. Hold on, I'll find out real quick, boys.
Thanks. Well, that's a quick 3 and out. Nothing doing there, and Rhombus is playing the safe game. He's going to punt it away. So his defense steps up, but his offense lays an egg.
Mr. Crocker. E-Migs is Mr. Crocker.
E-Migs is Mr. Crocker. Okay. So a short field to work with here for Stanford. They get the ball on Oregon's 42-yard line. First quarter went very quick here, obviously with both teams running the ball a lot. Here's Jones to the outside. He breaks a tackle, picks up about another 6 yards. That's an 18-yard rush on the first down, and he literally
threw a pick. I missed it.
No, he just did 3 and out, nothing doing there, and then he punted.
Oh, gotcha.
So. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. Timmy Turner. You'll be searching for a burner.
When all the 8-year-olds played that song backwards, and they're like, oh my god.
Nothing doing with the quarterback, so he's going to take off, and he's going to run over a defender. That's 2 plays in a row now where the Oregon defender has just been ran over. Wow. And Stanford is in business. They're inside the 10-yard line. They're going to go back to the run. Good stop there.
Super cool with that.
So how's school going for you, Drippy?
One more play.
Online's dumb.
You think it's dumb?
I hate it. Well, it's not that school's dumb. It's just online is just annoying.
Yeah.
Because I'm not getting anything from it because the teacher really can't explain it. I go back next Thursday, so.
Okay. All right. We got a 3rd down here. Ooh. I think he had a guy open there. And it was a tight window.
Drippy's grades are up, so everything's good.
So he's easy to start off the year or the semester.
If you do your homework, they give you full credit for it, no matter what.
I mean, most teachers will give you at least a C if you do your work.
Oh, D's Diabetes with the host. The man, the myth, the legend, D's Diabetes.
Thank you, D's. I know he was streaming earlier today. I think he was having some technical difficulties. He was getting frustrated, but it happens to the best of us. It really does.
And then E-Migs had a 4-hour stream today. He was going nuts.
4 hours, huh?
Let's get that ball moving.
I don't think I've ever gone more than 2 hours. I can't do that. I can't talk to people for that long. D's has
got the auto host set up.
D's is the man. He's flexing on these hoes out here, Drippy. Anthony Brown on the read option. Sometimes I forget you're only 14. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. It's all good. You ain't got to worry about it.
Slow these guys down.
No, I do. That's the problem. But big, nice pickup on first down there for Anthony Brown.
Act up, do you flex on the hose?
Not anymore. I'm married. I've been married for 9 years.
Slow them down.
So was D's.
Well, these isn't flexing on hose either. I can promise you that.
That'll work.
True.
He's flexing.
He did send a video in the Discord of him lifting weights and again like the grunt. So
Nice.
There we go.
Look at that nice run on third and eight back to CJ.
He said, Max sounds like that uncle I'm not allowed to talk to anymore.
No.
Oh,
We should have went for B.
Get that ball.
you think so?
Yeah, because he could have had him on the other side if he would have scrambled left.
Tell him to throw it B. People love that.
There I am, I'm back. I froze for a second and I made my return.
Brown's gonna scramble. He's gonna take off.
There we go.
He slides down right at the last minute. He gets 10 yards. I thought Rhombus was gonna try to run him over, but slides down at the last second, picks up a first down. Looks like he's gonna go back to a read option. They played it well there. They had an overhang.
Reading it, did I?
That's how you play that read option. The CPU doesn't play it correct often, but every once in a while they do.
All right, let's try the option here.
And there's just nothing you can do.
I think we'll freeze for a second, come back, freeze, come back, freeze.
Well,
Working with right now.
don't you worry about it. CJ Verdell, another 11-yard run. 3rd and 1. CJ Verdell's got 11 carries for 80 yards. So he's having himself a ball game. He's going to go right back up. Well, this time it's Die. And if I'm CJ Verdell, I'm sure he's a team guy, but Dye's going to come in and steal another touchdown from him again. Verdell was the guy who got him all the way down there. But then Dye came in, he got the touchdown, and Dye's in the ball game now as well. The give is to Die. Nothing doing there. Picks up 1 yard. It's 2nd and 9. D's calling me that uncle. You're the second person to call me uncle now. Hardcore also calls me uncle. But he's allowed to talk to me.
Gotcha. Mag Dub's that uncle that you might or might not be allowed to talk to. Depends.
Brown's going to scramble. He's going to get it away, which is a nice play just so he avoids a sack there. 3rd and 9. I think Rhombus is okay with getting a field goal here, so I think he probably keeps it conservative. I'm just kidding. He's going for it. He's going to the pass. He's going to do the instant rollout. Nothing there. And he forces it. He throws a pick. Uh-oh.
Are they taking it back?
Well, they might have if he didn't try to stiff arm air a few times there. We've seen this from Rhombus a lot. He's not afraid to throw the ball in the red zone. He's kind of notorious. He does this at least once or twice a game. Throws a pick in the end zone and a drive. He shoots himself in the foot. Drive killing interception.
Good run off rip.
Stupid turnovers. Come on, defense. Bail me out of here.
I mean, you don't have to audible out when you see an overhang. You should. Sometimes you just got to say screw it and run the play.
Mac Dub is speaking facts.
Around the clock. Okay.
Sorry, guys. My computer is telling me I have all these viruses at the moment. It's great.
There we go. Playing his ass.
Uh,
Yeah.
Nice sack there. 3rd and 16. If he can stop him here, the computer will punt. I guess it depends on how much he picks up here, how much the CPU does pick up. Because
if he stops him on a no gain, they'll punt. He's gonna sack.
That screen. Ooh,
Nice.
Oh, he got lost.
Good speed by the Oregon defense. And there we go, Rhombus. He's smart. He's calling a timeout. He wants the ball back. He wants to score. Try to go up at least, if anything, get at least 3. Go up a full touchdown because Stanford will start with the ball in the second half. That's a good punt, though, by the computer there, punting it out of bounds.
MacDub, you should play Among Us sometime.
Come on, Johnson, get open.
Jesus Christ. You guys, he throws it into double coverage. Pick 6. And just like that, Stanford takes the lead. Anthony Brown's struggling today. He's 4 for 10 with 2 picks.
Wow, that was terrible.
That was a bad read from Rhombus.
Sometimes you get tunnel vision and you forget that you're throwing to guys in the white colored jersey. Maybe you're thinking your guys are the ones in the red, so maybe he thought that was a good pass. Is he thinking about? He's thinking about taking him out. He's taking him out.
And he is. Same overall.
A little bit of momentum, maybe a little, morale's low. He needs a confident boost.
That was terrible. We're crushing these guys without.
Okay, he's taking it back right
You think
here.
so? That'd be huge. Yeah, Stanford's got good.
Oh man, I felt it.
Yep.
I felt like he was gonna do it.
And a lot of guys like that when they kick off to one side or the other, not down the middle. They like that. They feel like they can manipulate the CPU to suck in, and then they can go outside. We see D's Diabetes do it at least once a game. We see Sharpshooter do it at least once a game. Hardcore, Baker's done it. A lot of guys have done it.
I think he needs to go back to the run here. He was having a lot of success with it earlier.
Yeah.
And if he goes back to it, he's probably going to get a lot of first downs. But see.
Ooh, had a guy there. He dropped the pass.
Stone hands.
So, decision time here, right? So there's only a minute left, but Stanford has 2 timeouts left. So if you don't get a first down here, Stanford's going to get the ball back with plenty of time to score again. And the last thing you want is to give up a...
I gotta stop throwing to that guy.
Wow. That was another dangerous pass. At this point, Tyler Show, the showstopper. At this point, you got to hope that your defense steps up big here, doesn't give any more points, and then you take it into halftime only down 3.
If they take it back here, that'd be tough.
You know what? That was maybe it was low hang time on the kick there. It took forever for the coverage team to get down there, and Stanford's going to start again in Oregon territory. They don't have to go very far to at least get in field goal range. See if the Oregon defense can step up big again here.
All right, let's see if we can hold these guys here.
Another quick pass to the flat, nothing doing.
He does need to stop here bad though.
Yep.
Does he get ball after halftime? Or?
He doesn't. Stanford will get the ball. There is a possibility here if he can shut him out here, he could still get the ball back and try to get another score. But we got that deep out. He's wide open. So now Stanford is already in field goal, range. So see if they can come up with a big play, maybe get a sack or a turnover.
Can we get a hashtag it's Drippy's bedtime in the chat?
It's like 8:30, right?
I'm joking around. But
Yeah, it's still a 1-score game.
You got your whole life.
Learn the gift.
Do you think so, Deez? They did.
Fucking Scott, he's always
I mean, he's just got to keep him out of the end zone here. Make a tackle.
falling over himself.
15-yard gain, getting inside the 10-yard line. First and goal. 13-7 here is a win.
He's going to aggressive.
You know.
He's going all aggressive here. He's going to run the stamina out on his players.
Oh, with there only being 38 seconds left, this should be the last time they're on the field in this half. I think he's trying to cause a turnover. But obviously this is kind of a high-risk, high-reward situation because you are more susceptible to having broken tackles. So... Oh, good thing they got home there because that guy was wide open. Brought the blitz. They were at work. They were able to get pressure and knock the ball down. But Stanford did have a guy wide open in the flats there.
Catch the fuck. Come on.
Oh, wow. Wow. So not only was it somehow it was completed, then there was no tackle made, and he's in the end zone, and Stanford is going to take a 17-7 lead.
When they get the ball back after halftime, they score on that drive. I don't know if we see.
Yeah. So, absolutely, Deez is right. NCAA there for sure. The guy who Rhombus was using should have probably at least knocked the ball down. But didn't do that, and then he kind of ran through him and didn't tackle him.
Wait, if you're playing mascot mashup with Stanford's team, the mascot doesn't have arms, so I don't know how you do that.
Oh, and Rhombus isn't giving up. He's trying to score here. Just threw it a little far there. He did have a guy. Let's see. The backup here has come in. Has had no... doesn't have a completion until now. He found his big tight end there.
This might be a Ryan Tannehill moment.
Cormac's yelling out with a set of hands, apparently.
If he does score here, though, then the game really isn't that much out of reach as it would be if he didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. There's, he negates that touchdown.
Oh, man. He had him downfield, and he just threw it short. Oh, no.
Christ.
So this game, it does that, right? If you wait too long to throw the deep ball, the receivers kind of stop.
Are we gonna get Rhombus at halftime, or?
I don't know if we're gonna do a coach's interview. If he wants to, he's all for it, or we're all for it. It's kind of been a tough half, so he may just wanna move on. It's totally up to him. Somebody can go in his chat and say if he wants to, he can. We'll keep it moving here. So, obviously, the worst case here would just be if Stanford is able to score again. And there's the interception.
Okay.
Oh, I thought NCAA was going to do something crazy and call that a safety or something. So, big play there because, as we've seen, especially after last night, anything can happen in the last play of the half. But Rhombus is down 17-7. Stanford gets the ball. Absolutely have to get a stop here. It's just there's just no doubt about it. Already down 10. You're limited in your possessions. So we'll see what they can do. And his defense hasn't really done poorly at all, except that first drive.
Right. 100% right.
Yeah, I don't think he took off all the aggressive stuff yet. So he's gonna see. I mean, it may work out in his favor. He may get a big hit stick and cause a fumble.
Shooter wants to know, how did you do this morning?
How did I feel this morning? Sharp, we're fine, buddy. I know my limits on when I got responsibilities in the morning. I got to wake up with my kids, so I don't let myself get drunk and hungover anymore. We passed that stage of my life years ago. Plus, I'm a big dude. It takes me a lot to get drunk. Stanford's moving the ball down the field already. They're already in duck territory. Quick out.
D said he felt like a champion.
I can't remember the last time we felt like a champion. It's been a while. So, guys, we kind of went through halftime pretty quick. I would have done the same thing with that Rhombus did. I would have just tried to get it going, see if I can make a stop. But we do have 2 more games tonight.
Looking good. It's not looking good for him at all.
After this game is Sharpshooter in Clemson, his number 3 Clemson team. He's hosting Louisville. They're the 17th team in the nation. They're coming off of back-to-back losses, so they're probably going to be pissed off, and they're going to come in trying to make a huge upset. I don't think it's going to happen at all. And then the nightcap is number 5 Notre Dame Yofi against BYU. So we have 2 more games. This one's not over yet, though. But the Oregon defense definitely needs to come up and make a big stop. And they did there on 1st and goal. It's 2nd and goal from the 11. He's got to at least hold him to a field goal here.
Jesus.
Yeah, and mistackling. Mistackling. There you go, Rhombus. Rhombus is flipping off the camera. He's flipping the game off. I'm telling you, I think he still has aggressive tackling on, so he's going to want to turn that off. You know, I think hardcore is one of the only guys I see that puts that on. But like the whole time, woke up feeling.
Well, I gotta spam some Sheriff Odies.
Heck yeah! And we got the Baker. Heck yeah! Emote chat only for the next 5 minutes. Let's go. Hit me with those emotes, G12. Yep.
Everybody spam some dadgummit in the chat.
Dadgummit. All right. I guess the good news is they scored quickly. So, Columbus is gonna want to try
spam some King Odies.
He's gonna want to try and score quickly here, and then get a stop, and at least have the ball back by the time the 3rd quarter ends here. There we go.
Let's go, King Odies.
There we go. Emotes for the win.
We got some Mac Tubs too.
Heck yeah.
He handed the ball off to Verdell that time.
That's my little. That's my guy that my wife created for me on Snapchat like 3 years ago. It looks exactly like me. All right, we got Oregon rocking and rolling here. 1st and 10. Dropping back to pass. He's going to roll out to his left. Just getting away. I'm not sure.
This game isn't completely over.
It's not. It is not here. You can see here Stanford, though, is literally just kind of sitting in coverage, dropping 7, and still able to get pressure. So this offensive line is definitely letting them down in the passing game. The problem with Rhombus now, too, is he's down 17, so he can't just continuing to just keep running the ball. He can mix in the run every once in a while, and looks like he's going to on 3rd and 4 there, but he's stuffed.
If he fails on this 4th down, then the game is over.
You know what?
I feel like Stanford's going to come back and score, put it 31-7.
Wants to catch his ball, keep us
It would be very difficult, and here we go. We got the emote war going on. We'll give it a few more minutes. Big catch there by Travis Dye. He took a shot as soon as he caught the ball, but he held on for that 1st down. Here we go. We got the hurry up offense. We need Rhombus to get a score here.
Nope.
He's sitting in the pocket, doesn't see anything, so he throws it to the left there. That's going to be incomplete.
Okay, come on.
2nd and 10.
We're not having much trouble moving the ball.
Definitely should have been intentional grounding, but oh well.
Amount of emotes that are on my screen right now is insane.
Yes, it's just all over. Tell Rhombus if he makes a really good play here, I'll have to go find it from his VOD, not the G12, for the highlight video. Travis Dye up the middle.
Let's go. We got some My Little Pony. My favorite.
NCAA'd. Wow. These guys are Fantasy World League, and D's and E-MIGs are all over it. It's insane right now. I have no idea what happened. Looks like the quarterback got sacked there. 3rd and 14. Said this offensive line is just giving him zero time to throw the ball. And he's running plays where he's looking for the home run, trying to get a 1 score or a 1 quick play score. And he's scrambling for his life. Throws it incomplete again. 4th and 14. It's really not looking good for my man Rhombus at the moment.
Yeah, it is not.
This is embarrassing.
Frustrated with the game. The game's frustrated with him.
I must have heard him taking a Florida job.
Not looking too good.
Oh, he finds McCormick over the middle for a 22-yard gain. That's a big.
What does that even mean?
I think.
Oh yeah, I'm not tired. I'm just chilling. Maybe I'm a little tired.
You probably stayed up too late playing Among Us last night.
I was up until 2 a.m. playing with Buddha and a bunch of other people. But then again, I don't even have to wake up tomorrow. And when I want to wake up, I'll wake up. I don't have any classes.
That sounds like a rough life, Drippy.
Oh, that to lose the yard.
It is. It's so rough.
Woof.
I don't have any bills to pay. Responsibilities except announcing some NCAA with my boy Mac Dub. That's all I got.
There you go. If this is the highlight of your day, you need to do something different, buddy. Not that you're calling the game, but that you have to spend your time with me.
No.
Travis Dye, 6 yards. 3rd and 4. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's get it
I
on
know
up.
how it's October.
Give it on up for Rhombus here. He's going to score. I can feel it. Nothing but good energy. He's going to eat an onion, he says. Hey, he runs the play that I like to run. Travis Dye catches it.
Bring it
First
back.
and goal, down at the 3 or the 4 yard line.
Yeah,
Let's
fantasy
go.
offshores.
Let's go.
Can't get a job yet. Yep.
Mow yards, mow lawns. That's what you should do, buddy. I don't know if you
I can actually refrain from mowing lawns.
You can refrain. Why do you have asthma or something?
Oh, I just don't want to do it.
I'm telling you though, like, you know, you say you can't get a job yet. You're only 14. Mow people's yards. Like, charge them. Now you could probably easily charge to push mow. You could charge 20
My
to 30
expectations
bucks.
at home: get good grades, be responsible, be humble, be
Is he with
kind.
his arms up?
That's pretty much what I got going for me.
There you go.
Don't be a dummy.
I mean, there's 2 different paths you can take, right? You can follow the path like D's diabetes, and you can just be a generally nice person, and just wait. You know, he's still young. I guarantee in 10 years that dude is going to be more successful than anybody else in the G12, and that's not knocking anybody. It's just 4th down. He gets pressured and he throws off his back foot, but watch, by the time
Sharpshooter says lol in chat.
by the time that Deez is like 35 years old, he's probably be, I don't know, whatever he wants to be. He'll be it, and he'll do it to the best of his abilities, because good things happen. I generally do believe that. Or you could
Not
take
what I was
it out,
expecting.
of like me and fantasy, and you could just be dickheads to people,
Yeah,
and you can have a good time.
100%. 100% fantasy, of course. Started doing my own laundry when I was like 9.
Kevin Holland just lost his.
Good for you, dude. I'm spoiled. I mean, I do help out with the laundry, but my wife enjoys doing laundry. It's very weird. Like when I used to have to go to work and I would wear nice work clothes, my wife would have them cleaned and hung up for me the next day, the exact same clothes I wore.
I mean,
She's
I'm in
insane.
high school. My mom lets me cuss, but as long as I'm not using it disrespectfully, it's cool.
I challenge you to think of different words, though. Expand your vocabulary. So instead of saying the F word, come up with like sugar beans or Triscuits or
Fudge.
yeah, flabbergasted. Just something. I don't practice what I preach, but
Go. Yay.
Oh no, if it comes out, it comes out. I'm not really too offended by it. If I'm playing Among Us and Buddha sneaks up on me and knifes me in the back and it comes out, then I mean, I'll live with it.
see, I can't play that game because I would just be like, I just killed this person. I'm the imposter.
Here's the thing though, when I first started, Sharp loves to call me out. Sharp and Reagan, they just love to say, oh, Drippy did it. So at first, when I was actually the imposter, Sharp would call me out, I'd just start laughing. Now I'm starting to get better with lying and stuff like that with that.
Hey, sorry, we missed a safety. Yeah, Oregon got a safety.
Yeah, we never even said anything. I just saw it and went with it. I was too busy talking.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going off on my little tangent about how nice of a guy Dees was, and
He
Sharp.
said, "I want to be a trophy husband."
Dude, he can do it.
You should be ashamed of yourself. You don't score touchdowns,
Hey,
touchdowns,
Sharp,
man.
chill, bro. I'm allowed to look at cams. I'm not gonna listen to your rules, bro. They're all like, you can't look at cams until your tasks are done.
So-
I'm like, I'm not doing that.
God,
This quarterback, oh man, he's gonna switch him again. So because he missed it on that third down,
He's
he
gonna
missed
start
a
putting you
wide
out
open.
every time, Sharp.
he's third string now.
He missed a pass. He's gonna go
Gonna bring back in Anthony.
and as Jalen Red there gets stopped 2 yards short.
Quarterback. Bad.
Man, Ramos had a shot there with that safety was huge.
He says, guys, I'm not that nice of a person. I try my best, but I mess up a lot.
Everybody messes up D's. You fucking take the compliment. You fucking take it right now, D's. Oh, sorry, Trippy.
Oh.
Listen to me, son.
That was a terrible quarter.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter.
That's what pissed me off.
Rhombus is down by 15. He's not out of it. He's 100% has to get a stop here.
Fantasy, you said that you had a 10-year-old. I wouldn't have your expectations like super duper high. That's one thing. That just a piece of advice from a 14-year-old. You don't have to take it.
Fucking
But,
move it. That could have been
I
a
mean-
pick six.
What do you mean expectations high, right? 10 years old. You
well,
should
here's
be
high expectations. Here's high expectations. Just
Alright, enough
wanting a
bullshit.
lot. That's what I'm getting. Just like assuming that they'll know everything you want them to do. That's what basically what I'm saying.
Here's what we want, right? And I say this from a father standpoint. We want our kids to be nice. We want them to be respectful, but we also want them to be accountable and responsible, own up for their own shit. Don't expect handouts, work hard,
Fuck you, Herbert.
and then just generally just don't be a piece of shit.
Right.
And he throws the pick in the end zone again. In this one, I don't know, right? He came up with a big stop, but gives the ball right back. So, ugh. It is now looking.
How old's your
Jesus
child,
Christ.
Mr. MacDub?
I had two. I have two children. One is 4.5, and the other is
Playing better than my offense?
1.5.
Is that possible?
Gotcha. I don't know if anybody else's dogs are better in the G12 other than Mr. D's Diabetes' dogs, because, I mean, Odie and Honey, though.
I don't know. It's a good question. Oh, he almost gets a sack.
Toddy's dog is pretty there, too.
Simi Fehoko with the first down catch there. Almost got a sack there, but almost doesn't count. He was able to get the ball off. Ooh, nice play there.
Where's this
The
bell?
clock
Where's
does keep ticking, so eventually Rhombus is just going to run out of time here. His defense has got to make a play. Look at that. He has stuffed the run. 21 carries for 65 yards, and as I say that, he runs over a dude. Picks up 9 yards, but third and 3.
All out blitz.
You like to stare at the cams, huh? Just watching people.
I just like
I think,
watch.
I think he's
see what
running an
happens.
engage 8 play here, and it works.
Tasks
It
are so
worked.
boring, though.
We had your ass defense.
My wife would tell you that only boring people can be bored. Growing up in her house, you were not allowed to say you were bored, or you could go pick beans, or you could
I don't know,
go.
man. I think I'm just
eat
gonna
apple
sneak to
corn.
the cams, without you knowing, and watch you kill people, and then say that it's you.
All right, let's see if Rhombus
Interesting.
can put a scoring drive together, and then he's gonna. I guess he would go for 2
All right, come on.
because he's down 15. So at some point he's gonna have to go for 2 here. Brown dropping back, and it's just.
Game.
It was a good game by Rhombus, but I'm calling the GGs.
I mean, after a while here, he's just going for the home run play, and it's just not working. It's It's not. This defensive end on his right side is just killing it, so he's not able to really get out of the pocket. Forces another pass.
Fucking right.
That's
Man, Ramos has got to be feeling some frustration.
Yeah, this one stings because, as we mentioned, this loss will take him out of contention for the the Pac-12 title.
The game.
And it'll be his third loss of the year.
He's everybody's grandparents are that way. If you were bored at their house, they'd find you something to do.
Imagine life with like no TV and no internet and no phone, Drippy. What would you do?
Where is that?
What do you think you would do?
Where's that been?
Probably just
Like, obviously you're probably a little old now, but like 4 years ago, did you just like go hang out and play outside in your neighborhood with friends?
all the time. All the time.
Okay.
Every day.
Did you ever play kick the can
No.
or kick the cone? Do you know what that game is?
Yeah, but we usually just played
not gonna make
sports
us
all
out
the
of
time.
Sports, that's right.
Pretty long field goal.
If they nail this, then bye-bye Rhombus this season.
Yeah, they made it.
Gonna go to a bowl game.
Okay, so now I'm down what, 18?
The kick is up. The kick is good. That's going to make it 27-9 with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left.
What would you do, MacDub, if there was no internet, no TV?
Well, I lived through it, okay? Like, I did have
True.
TV, but I got the internet when I was like 10. I got a cell phone when I was 16, so yeah, I definitely was outside all the time,
I could use it.
just doing stupid stuff.
That game was so funny, Migs. You just like go into like an open field and you just run, and somebody would just smear you.
That's just so insensitive, Emix. I don't even know why you would say that. I just
Yeah. Why would you say that, Migs? Bad boy.
lawn darts. Ah, I've never done that.
I don't know. The best thing that I ever did outside was probably kickball with like 8 people or 9 people. No, that's fun.
Nope.
You kick a dinger. Everybody just watches you around the bases. No, that boosts your ego a little bit. You're 9 years old.
Somebody tell Ramos to run a different play besides these 4 verts. It hasn't worked. Just do something different.
He came out so strong, and then he just started passing every play, and he just failed.
Well, he got down. Yeah. It just time wasn't on his side. So
I used to climb a tree in my front yard, Sharp.
there's another sack. It's just going.
I also broke my left wrist. So,
Well, don't do stuff like that.
happens though. Now I can like do weird stuff with it.
That'll be a turnover on downs.
Was mix? That sounds dope. I used to play wiffle ball.
Oh my god.
Nice.
What did you do when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I played kick the can. That's why I mentioned that. We one of our neighbors had a bunch of pine trees, and so we would literally just go there and do that. We play basketball. So funny story. I'll tell you my one of my best friends growing up. He was a year older than me. Kindergarten through 6th grade, we would play 1-on-1 basketball almost every day. And I never beat him. Never beat him one time. Then he moved away his 7th grade year. He came back his 8th grade year for a sports camp, and I hit puberty. And I shit you not, I beat him like 11-3. And then he refused to play me in basketball anymore.
Me and my friend James, we were so evenly matched that every time we'd play, it'd be like 11-9 or 11-10. Like it's so dependent on who would win.
I'll pop the quarterback if I can.
I don't know what happened to your camera. It's green.
I'm going.
It's not on your end. I'll fix it.
Me and my brother used to do that stuff, Emix, and he used to go down in the basement, and my brother would just throw me around like a rag doll.
I would do that to my sister.
That's
I'd
funny.
punch her in her face. Just kidding. My sister was older than me, and I couldn't stand her, but I didn't punch her in her face.
He was born in 2006, and my brother was born in 1999, so he was like
Gave up 27.
15 when I was like 8.
2006. Jesus, I was a freshman in college.
Migs was a freshman in high school, I think.
Yeah, probably for the second time. I don't know why I give you so much crap, but I do. I do. He can take it.
My sister keeps calling me, and I can't take the call right now.
I'm an internet bully.
I guess
You're
you're
an internet
I guess that's
bully.
really the only thing we can do right
Just
now.
kidding. Don't be one.
Right?
I gotta take this,
Somebody
boys.
gets wide the
She
fuck
won't
open.
stop calling me.
Right. Make sure you put that on mute. Right, guys, I don't know what happened to his camera. Oh, there it is. All of a sudden, it's back.
Surprised he didn't
Okay.
pick it off. Honestly,
I don't know.
surprised he didn't pick that off.
Thumbs up. Give option 1 if you like it better when he's just the green screen, or option type of 2 if you like it better with him. This game has really gotten away from Rhombus here. You guys don't need me commentating to tell you that, though.
Oh, look at that.
Unfortunate, to say the least.
She would not accept the fact that I was doing this. She was like, hang up. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Tell her to get on Twitch and give us a follow and a view. Like, is she older than you?
Yeah, she's in college. She goes to Ball State.
Ball State in Muncie, Indiana, huh? Baker Vision
Yep.
went to Ball State.
Acre Vision.
Yeah, do you know who that is?
They've caught a few balls.
And then Pirate hosted the stream, and then I froze. Let's go, boys.
You're not frozen on my end.
See if we can get some garbage points here.
I like to see this. Right, this game is, you hate to say it, but it's over. But Rhombus is fighting. He's fighting on. He's not giving up. And the best thing about this is the more time he takes, the less time we have in between the games.
Come on,
I think
goddamn
Trippy
break.
was 100% correct. He may have just bailed on us. You back?
Yeah.
You bail on me one more time, son. I'm booting you. I'm just kidding.
Did I kill him?
But now the stream won't pop up, so that's cute.
Ooh, Pirate's in the chat now. How's it going, Pirate?
Pretty good. I'm calling the next game, so I'm just getting myself all ready to go.
Can't wait. Well, let's do it.
I don't
Hey,
even know.
Morgan scores here. Let's do
I think this game's almost over because
we can do a little
I'm
sideline
what they like to
reporting
call-
here, Pirate. What have you thought about
Failing.
this game so far? If you had a chance to take a look.
I haven't. I just barely sat down.
Well, it's been a whole lot of turnovers for Rhombus. I think he's got at least 5. And then
Scored.
unfortunately, he's played himself out of the Pac-12 championship game.
There's still a couple games
Imagine
left, but
he
losing the
comes
head-to-head stuff.
Well, so he mathematically, man, I don't know if it works out.
He's got 2 conference losses now, and he's got a
Stanford doesn't
head-to-head.
have any. So I guess obviously Stanford's got a few more conference games. They would have to lose every single one, assuming they have at least 3 left. So it's a tough
They
one
don't.
tonight.
No,
They don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
3 left because they probably still play Yofi.
Yeah.
They usually play Lofi
This
late.
coaching
Yofi
will
is their
be fun.
last game,
Yep.
so they probably have Cal and they
Did
probably
he
have
just get it?
Cal and Yofi left. He scored a while ago. Yep.
He did not get the onside kick, if that's what you're asking. No. And he's out of timeout, so this'll. I don't really know why Stanford's even running plays. I guess the computer's just tired of the G12 members beating them by 70, so they're saying fuck it.
Not even watching anymore. I'm just gonna chill, sit here.
Damn dickhead.
Well, that's good. Thanks.
Drippy, you're putting in a solid D+ effort. I really appreciate it.
Need time for you, Mr. Pirate.
I'm on TikTok looking at thoughts, so
There's only 50 seconds left, so it's not too bad.
there's only like 0 seconds left actually.
Yeah, that'll do it. He's still smiling. He's having a good time.
Oh my god.
I assume he's going to join us. I think that's him. Rhombus, are you with us, buddy? Oh,
Oh, maybe that was somebody else. I heard the little Discord notification. Oh, I think we have him. Coach Rhombus, are you there, buddy? Hello? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Hello?
I don't know if he can hear us.
I don't know. My game keeps freezing. Sad.
Guys, I think we have some technical difficulties. I don't know if he doesn't have the audio turned on Discord or what. We can hear you. Hello? Can you hear us? Uh-oh.
Better miss.
Coach Rhombus, if you say hello one more time, I'm going to come down to South Carolina and I'm going to rip your heart out of your ass. Can you hear us? Okay. If somebody wants to hop in his chat and tell him that we can hear him, but he can't hear us. Hello? You got us? At what point do I think I'm just being punked? Oh man, this is great. Yeah, he's waving. Yeah, blow us a kiss. Blow us a kiss, you sexy
boys.
Rhombus. No, we're absolutely talking.
No, we're here.
Do you have us? Can you hear us now? It is. I think it's on his end. Shoot. I don't. Wait, Sharp, you can't hear Rhombus? John Rob, you guys can hear him, right?
We can hear him, yeah. I just typed in his chat that we can hear him, but he can't hear us. So that's something on his end.
John Rob, this is the best.
Maybe he can join us. Maybe he can get it figured out and join us during the other game.
Is he back? Rhombus? Are you there? Sharpshooter says he can't hear him. Is he just trolling or what? Well, first of all, I think he left. Oh,
all right.
He got us. Dab on him. All right. Well, I think tonight the Discord technology went about as well as your O-line blocked for you, buddy. Tough loss. It's tough when you don't have any time to do anything. Break that game down for us a little bit if you don't mind. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it sucked. It seemed like neither quarterback wanted to play for you today. You brought in the backup, and he was just completely inaccurate. And then you got down early in the second half there, and so you just tried to get back in the ball game, but
I can't hear him.
What? I don't understand how they can't hear you.
Riveting interview with Helen Keller, he says.
You're in Discord, right? Yeah, that's it. It makes zero sense. It's how I'm talking. I'm talking through Discord. Drippy's talking through Discord. So makes no sense how they can't hear you. Yeah. Yeah. There's not a whole lot you can do when your O-line's not going to block. Your quarterbacks aren't going to make accurate passes. I mean, your defense did pretty well. They had a lot of. I mean, rushing wise, you really shut that defense, that offense down. Unfortunately, I think mathematically, that back-to-back conference losses, I think that takes you out of the Pac-12 North Division. But I mean, obviously, you still have a lot to play for. You can still you can still get to 9-3 on the season. You still, eventually you have your rivalry game with Oregon State coming up, which will be a big game, and you could still make it to a decent bowl. So you're kind of in the same situation I'm in. It's just win as many games as possible, win a bowl, and end the season on a high note. By the way, what were you drinking? I thought so. That Drippy was like, he's looking like you, and I'm like, no, that's a man's drink right there. That's
So they really can't hear him. I just tested it, so I don't know what's
gotcha.
He's drinking scotch, if anyone's wondering.
Wait, did Bird just talk?
No, that was Pirate who talked. Well, Rhombus, I don't know why they can't hear you. I'm sure everybody wants to hear your voice. Tough one tonight, buddy. I appreciate you stopping in here. Good luck to you the rest of the way. And are you streaming tomorrow in the morning? All right, chat. Well, you can't hear him, but he said yes, he's streaming tomorrow. So, but thanks again, buddy. Go get him next week. And guys, we're going to take a quick break here as we switch over. I want to do one thing real quick here. Pirate, can you talk? Just say some sweet nothings.
Sweet
Sweet
nothings.
Caroline.
Okay. A chat, can you hear Pirate? Maybe you need to talk a little. There you go.
Good. So good.
Okay, Jippy, your turn's over. See you tomorrow.
You can hear. See, this makes zero sense. You can hear. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go back to the starting screen, and we'll be back in a little bit here with Sharpshooter's game. Thank you, Rhombus. Sorry, I don't know why it didn't work.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Warning. 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 G12 is in the motherfucking building.
Haha. What's up, G12 world? Let's get it. Coming straight out of G12, NCAA coming at you. Stick skills have you frozen like a statue. Group of 12 streamers, we on that Twitch. Any other league just became our bitch. We got Fantasy, Mac Dub, and Baker. King Yofi, E Migs, man, we some playmakers. Then there's Rhombus, Ravens fan, and Chuck. Think y'all can take us, good luck. Sharpshooter and gridiron greats. Hardcore and D's, don't you underestimate. We got skill, we above the rest. Check out production, we pass the test. Every game produced with live commentary. A few of these guys on the sticks is just scary. College football, Twitch at its finest. Levels to the shit, and we on the highest.
Pac-12 upset. I don't know. Was that an upset?
It was not an upset to me. That's what I expected.
It was it.
All right, somebody's giving us a lot of mic feedback. Who's in here giving us feedback? Drippy? Okay, Drippy, drop out of here. All right.
Is that better, or is it me?
No, it was Drippy. Yeah. No. Maybe it was you. You're still getting that feedback. All right. Doesn't seem to be a problem anymore. All right. Let's try this. Let's try this again. I'm still hearing myself in my ear. Why? What the hell?
Is it me?
All right. Sorry about that, folks. It's been one of those nights. All right, let's talk about the game. Sharpshooter, he's going to be kicking off here in just a couple minutes. Clemson Tigers against Louisville Cardinal. Louisville's probably the toughest game he's got left, other than Coach Bryan, who they're on a collision course for the ACC championship game. They've beat some tough teams. They lost.
Wait, was that a joke?
What?
You're forgetting
no,
South Carolina.
It's not a joke. I'm all in on Clemson.
Okay,
I'm all in on Clemson now. I jumped off the bandwagon, the USC bandwagon. I'm all in on Clemson now. I'm 100% Tiger. So I think
I wasn't sure if you rarely forget things. So.
No, that was on purpose. I think Clemson Clemson will win all their remaining games by 20 until they see Coach Bryan, and then we'll see what happens. So
I do think. I don't know what week it was, but I feel like a switch got flipped with Clemson. Maybe it was just after that LSU loss early, and that offense has been scary lately, right? They put up a lot of points, and they can do it in every way. Special teams too.
He spreads it around, and if he wants ETN to have 200 yards, he'll get 200 yards. And the difference between his 200 yards and a lot of people's is he gets it on 10 or 15 carries, not 40 carries like a lot of people. And Trevor Lawrence could easily be the Heisman favorite if he would have focused it that way. Amari Rodgers is one of the favorites for the Blitnikoff right now in the league. So, everywhere you look, you got Tigers that are making things happen. He's got his defense coming on. He's getting a lot of sacks with Thomas. That he started to play user on that defensive line. He's kind of taken after you actually. With that defensive line pressure, and he's making things happen all over the place. So I think Sharpshooter is the guy to beat from here out. That's including Hardcore, if I'm being totally honest. So I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, like you said, probably the toughest. I don't know if I agree with you about that, but toughest CPU game left at least. Louisville though lost their past 2 games, if I'm correct, right?
I think that's right. Yeah, they lost to Syracuse at least, and I'm not sure about the other one, but.
So up 2 weeks ago, I don't know about nervous, but I thought it was going to be a closer. I'm expecting a normal Sharpshooter ACC blowout.
Sharpshooter's he's got a little something for us too. Let's see what he's doing here.
That Trevor Lawrence wig.
All right. Oh, he looks good.
Chat.
Looking good, Sharpie.
How are we looking?
I love it.
G12 is going all out these days, folks.
How are we
Spare no
doing?
expense in the G12. This is not just a hobby. This is life now. So I wonder if that means we're going to see a lot of Trevor Lawrence today, or what that means exactly. And Sharpshooter, yeah, you mentioned he lost early. But if you're going to lose, you want to lose early, right? And now LSU needs to keep winning games. Every time LSU wins a game, they make Sharpshooter look better. So, and they've still got the chance to play spoiler. They still, I think they still play A&M, and I think they still play. Actually, I think they beat A&M this week, if I recall correctly. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know A&M lost. I think it was to LSU, and they still play Bama. And Ravens fan I think he'll have a hard time. I think he'll struggle against LSU. So. The better LSU does, the better it makes Sharpshooter look.
I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but the fact that Sharp is sitting at 3 and he has D's at 2 at the last game in the schedule. I don't know if the word is lucky or just positioning, like you said. It's good that he lost that game so early. He was able to climb right back up these rankings. So now it's totally that 2-3 ranking almost doesn't matter, right? D's might as well be 3. Sharp might as well be 2.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's a chance with Hardcore not playing the championship game. There's a chance that that could be enough of a boost in the BCS that they actually leap Hardcore, because the Big 12 keeps losing games. If Sharpshooter can beat an undefeated D's, if LSU keeps winning games, that's going to boost. And then if he can beat Coach Brian, who's just been on a tear and likely is not going to lose a game the rest of the way, things could play out to where a one-loss Sharpshooter could actually be the 1 seed going into the championship game.
Yeah, and I think we just saw 3 of the top 10 CPU teams lose. So I think if all the users went out this week against their CPU games, we might have an all-user top 7. So. If that happens and Hardcore gets jumped, I'm not sure then who would come in after the D's Sharp game. I don't know. It would probably be Baker, I think.
Yeah, Baker's in the top 5, and Baker really kind of controls his own destiny as well. Here we go, Sharpshooter right off the bat has a great return, 40-yard return, and we see Sunshine come out on the field.
John says you can't lose the toss.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I got a heads up from Sharpshooter that he had something great for us today. I was not expecting the Trevor Lawrence wig. That's a pleasant surprise.
I saw someone call. They thought it was going to be a Howard's Rock. That was a good guess.
And here we go. ETN up the middle, picks up a quick 8. And he was the leading rusher for a while. He may still close to the leading rusher in the country, and his carry number is significantly lower than basically everybody else. He's getting somewhere around 10 yards a carry. So
it's like what you said. It's what you said about, like, he'll get the same amount of yards maybe as some other teams, but it's half amount of carries.
Well, and teams aren't able to focus on him. If you play a Sharpshooter, you try to shut down ETN, and then Trevor Lawrence is going to gash you just like that for 23 yards. And then if they get sick of running the ball, they got receivers all over the place. And their best receiver, Ross, isn't even in this game. He chose to not play this year, so or got injured or something. I don't remember what the deal was, but he's out this year. So. Here's ETN, another 8-yard rush, and they're just marching right down the field.
Okay.
Yeah, no resistance here so far from this Louisville defense.
And Coach Brian, I think, still plays.
Trying to avoid.
And so this is hopefully a good chance for him to see, what he's gonna have as well. Here we get a little play action. Lawrence is just fast enough. If his lineman would have got out front, he probably would have scored a touchdown there. He took a pretty good hit there.
Took a shot too.
That was a painful 2-yard rush. He probably should have gone to the sideline, but I think he thought his linemen were going to break off and actually help him block there instead of just standing around in pass protection. And here ETN again picks up another 8-yard rush. So he's breaking off. He's got almost an 8-yard per carry at an 8-yard per carry clip. So you can win games if you can pick up 8 yards on first down every time.
From the 17-yard line, it's second down.
Here comes Lawrence throwing the ball, and he ends up taking a sack, 6-yard sack. Everybody was covered very well there. It looked like he only had about 3 guys out on routes.
Early.
Yeah, 3rd and 8 here. Let's see if Louisville can hold them. That'd be a big win for this defense early.
Yeah, that'd be a momentum killer for Sharpshooter to come out in the Trevor Lawrence wig and only get a field goal on the first possession. And again, he runs not a ton of routes. Amari Rogers is able to pick up a 16-yard on a little out route.
My boy Amari Rogers, number 3.
Sharp in that wig just looks funny.
This is the 8th play of the drive.
See if we can't pop him in here.
Get a little jet sweep action, and he does hand it to Amari Rogers, who breaks a tackle and gets the first touchdown of the game. So what looked like it might have been an opportunity for Louisville to get a big stop, and then they give up a 16-yard out route to Rogers, and then Rogers finishes it off with a 7-yard run. So that drive went about as good as you could expect for Sharpshooter, and it seems like he's got this going right where he wants. And it looks like Mississippi State, who gave D's quite a game, right? He makes you watch that game.
Yep.
Called that game. So Mississippi State comes back and gets a 1-point victory over A&M. So A&M is likely to get another loss, or potentially get another loss, because they still play LSU. So there's a lot of game left to be played.
Ooh, that was a nice return. No, Mississippi State with that Mike Leach coached, air raid, no huddle offense. That's a good team.
I don't know if you noticed on that kickoff there, but Sharpshooter was changing guys a lot. I think that cost him about 10 yards, and he's one that I've really harped on and tried to buy into my my belief of do not change guys on defense. And usually he subscribes, but we'll see how he does this game.
Pirate philosophy.
The pirate philosophy, and he rushes Thomas off that end, and that's really his safest place to be, is just playing that end. Thomas, he's really got it figured out. That guy's now was not a star player, and now it does have a star on him. So he's really performed well. He's got a ton of sacks, an incredible number of pressures. He just got to pressure there and force that bad pass. Another quick throw, swing pass, and here's Sharpshooter switching guys. If he wouldn't have switched, that probably would have been a tackle in the backfield.
Chat, yell at me when
Lift
I go
on that
for those
one.
big hits like that. Yell at me. Don't let me do it. Play smart.
I think sometimes you guys get watching a guy like Hardcore or some of these guys that are good at switching, and you just can't help yourself.
Yeah.
You fall in love with the opportunity of making a big play instead of just taking the sure thing.
I believe that's a first down.
No, yeah, I can't argue with that.
But he forces a fourth down. Even after a couple shady plays, so he almost gets a block there. Here comes Bowman, who, according to Sharpshooter, is the best returner in the game. I thought it was kind of funny in the call you guys had with D's. D's had 2 kick returns for a touchdown, and I think it was you that asked him if he had the best returner. It felt like he was the best returner in the game. And Sharpshooter, who hadn't said anything in who knows how long, comes out of nowhere and is just like, "No, Bowman is." And it's like, this isn't about you right now, Sharp. But
and then Sharp went into Deez's chat and started talking shit about his returner.
Oh, well, I like Sharp's confidence. And here we go, Etienne up the middle, another huge run, picks up 10 or 11 that time, and he's on his way. He's on his way to another classic Travis Etienne performance.
Yeah, we got 8.5 yards per carry average, just like you said, these big plays. He hasn't even broken
off the play, and he ends up taking a 5-yard loss. I'm not a big fan of tosses, like design tosses like that. And I don't think you run those very much either. How do you feel about tosses like that?
I feel like they take too long to develop, at least for me. I noticed Hardcore was running them and they worked, but it seems like everything works for that guy. So
I don't know if you noticed that play right there, but if you're scouting against sharpshooter,
Yeah, I already know.
if he ever
I
comes
already
out
know
in
what
that
Pirate's
what we
saying.
call a
Oh,
far
sharpshooter
formation,
running
where he's
that
got that
cheese.
offset fullback
Running
to the
that
right a little bit. He's
cheese.
running that cheesy corner route. So that's a sharpshooter staple play right there.
Come on, get off of him, dude. That's a touchdown if you don't get.
Another good run by
Stopped right there.
Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Looks like we got a play action shot right down the center here, and Galloway almost scores. Great seam route.
Lawrence made that quick read, just got the ball out fast, right? Almost right after he made that read.
Yeah, play action did just enough. And here ETN picks up a touchdown. So sharpshooter's marching. He's got the ball twice, scored twice, forced basically a 3 and out.
Sean, you're absolutely right. Run it.
Couldn't be going any better for the home team tonight.
Yeah, honestly, about what I expected. Just because Louisville lost those past 2 games, if they were coming in here undefeated, I would have expected a closer game. But now they just seem like more of a middle of the pack team.
Well, and it's worth noting that the computer gave Rhombus a tough game, so I figured they were going to come out here and lay an egg. So hopefully that means BYU is going to kick the shit out of Yofi.
Yofi struggled with some of these lower tier teams.
Yofi has not looked good against anybody yet. The best game he's had so far was against Ravens fan. That's when I
was going to say against me, maybe.
Yeah, he actually looked okay against you too, but even that game was close to till the half.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
You made a couple silly plays at the end of the half, and I feel like you lost that game more than Yofi won it, and it was really just a lack of user game experience.
Yeah, that was my second game.
Here, Louisville actually is getting a decent drive going, and I think, again, sharpshooter's changing guys. For some reason, the running back went backwards and ended up not getting the first down here. So
I think that was a bad spot, though. He had it.
Maybe Coach Petrino or whoever it is ought to challenge the spot here early, but
an undefeated team had a bye week.
As they go to dive up the middle, they end up doing a fake on the read.
And then
picks up that first down. That was a great
pass
with
the run.
That number 2 spot, even over undefeated. So I was like, what the
That guy was born to play quarterback, right?
How does
for sure.
Work?
Probably still mad about it. Another decent run. So, I mean, sharpshooter, I don't know how he forced a 4th down last time. I felt like they were marching just fine. But I think there was a couple incomplete passes. Yeah, 4th and inches. Second down here, they go to throw again. Sharpshooter put some decent pressure on. That guy that he brought, I think, was supposed to cover Braden Smith. So I think he blitzed the guy that actually was supposed to be in coverage.
And if he finds a way to stay in bounds, that was a touchdown. There's no one over there.
For sure. Sharpshooter's bringing a lot of pressure. Now he's switched to his zone, and he'll hopefully, it looks like he's going to stay on that linebacker. He tries to read the play, but he gets knocked off balance and ends up giving up a 7-yard run.
The SEC sucks. These did beat number 4 Georgia, number 6 Mizzou. Was Mizzou 6 at that time? I thought they were 11.
Some adjustments.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on second down.
He's bringing a lot of pressure again. He gets just barely blocked, ends up running right past the play. So that was in my opinion, another user cost there. I think if you would have let the computer do that, it probably wouldn't have gone that way. But
out of this formation.
Clemson takes a timeout. I think feels like the defense he's trapped in here is not doing him any favors. They've basically been going no huddle on him and moving right down the field. So smart timeout. You don't get to take him with you, so you might as well use him. And he's certainly not having any trouble on offense. Pass hands off to Hawkins again. He's going to barely get a shoestring tackle to stop the touchdown.
Louisville needed that 18-yard pickup. Try to get on the board here. Hopefully it's 7.
I'm going to go with that same play again, but the corner is able to step up and make the tackle. So luckily Sharp didn't switch to that guy, so the CPU made it for him.
Chat, if I get...
Sharp comes out in his zone. They run a read option here, and he's able to force him for a 1-yard loss.
Next play, I'm
Good
shutting him
defense
out.
getting down there on the edge with the cornerback.
We're through one quarter. The Tigers lead it by
You heard it
2
here
touchdowns.
first.
1 quarter down. Anything surprise you so far, Emigs?
Or a pick. They might
No,
throw
I mean,
it.
if anything, it's just the lack of execution, I guess, so far from Louisville, but about what I expected from Clemson on offense.
Pass stands tall in the pocket. Thomas should have had a sack there. A couple
ain't
broken
shutting
tackles,
Thomas
and now
out.
we got a 4th and 5. So
God
Louisville
dang,
will
they're gonna get a field goal.
have to
All right,
settle
we
for
held
an
them to a
early
field goal
field goal
after
here.
that fantastic drive that they had.
This one should be makeable.
I mean, hey,
Yeah, 141 yards
We
in
might
that
block
first
it,
quarter
who
for
knows?
Clemson.
The kick is up.
nope.
And they tack
Ain't no
on
blocking
3
here.
points.
Looks like Sharpshooter was offsides, probably. Oh, running into the kicker.
Is that a first?
It should.
see
It
it.
should be. They should be able to take
Just
it.
tells you how close we were to
Decline.
blocking it.
Why would they decline that?
What?
We're taking it
That's
out,
at
though.
least
Let's
a
take it
5-yard
out.
penalty, right? It might not be an automatic first.
What? Oh, they didn't even get it in.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. And Davis gets another kick return. Sharp seems to go up the middle more than the rest of you guys.
Didn't even get it
You
in.
guys
Yeah.
are
They had
usually
10 extra
really
yards
hitting the
and
left
still
side
didn't
or
get
the
it in
right
the
side
end zone.
hard
What?
right off the bat, and he
Well,
tends to go up the middle
Ever
more.
since I switched that camera angle wide, and you can see the guys once they pinch, you can cut it outside usually.
You've got to find a way to keep building on your lead, and on the other side, you've got to find a way.
Mac says it's half the distance to the goal, so that probably wasn't a first down. Mac wants to know who told you to do that on your kick returns. Did you get some advice from Mac Dub?
No, it was I just kind of thought of it. I was messing with some things in the lab, working through some things, and it was just like a bam, lightning
We're up
bolt,
the
stroke
middle,
of
I guess.
genius.
Travis
And
Etienne only 8 touches.
I was like, hey, let's widen out these camera angles. It'll probably help on options.
You just thought of that out of nowhere, huh?
Travis Etienne really not.
Mac
having
Dub
a
is in
game.
here. He could easily unmute
No, it
his
was
mic,
Mac Dub.
hand you your ass if he wanted to.
Mac Dub told me like 4 times, and then I finally did it.
Change that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why everybody doesn't do
Think
that.
we can get it off?
You can't even see.
Yeah,
the
I think it helps on
receivers in this
kickoffs.
zone.
I like it on
No Wildcat action.
I like it on defense too.
Etienne comes out in a wildcat
Freaking
formation,
what's
and
his name
it's
makes a
probably
block,
his,
maybe.
other than the toss play, it's probably his least successful run. And
Who was
don't look
that?
now, but we got a 4th
Make
and
the
5
block.
here on his own 30. So probably should punt. This game certainly is not out of hand yet, but he's feeling pretty confident here. I don't like this call, if I'm being honest.
So this is what he audibled. It was that play you called out earlier, though. He was going, nada.
He was going to his cheese.
It was that corner route with that inside guy.
Y'all thought you knew.
Well,
what was
basically he
coming.
switched him to be
Y'all thought you knew
a
what
slant
was
the other
coming.
direction, and it's just for some reason that formation makes that position have about 10 extra speed
Sharpshooter's
that
got
it
some
just shouldn't
tricks
have.
up his
And there are
sleeve.
formations like that. I complained about it a lot in another league that I'm in with MacDub, that my running back looks like he's running in. He's got cement shoes on, no matter what play I call.
Jobs is
But if I
don't
run him out of certain formations, he's just rocket fast, and then out of some formations, he's so slow. It's really frustrating that the game does that.
That's why that's probably why Ravens fan does it. I think that spread flex
Oh,
formation
shoot,
with those
Chad, we got
HB
a
dives, I
Rogers
think that's
all
one of
by
them.
himself on
Mhm.
the right side.
Sharp's got X wide open. He doesn't throw to him. He's forcing it to Rogers, it looks like, and he gets a touchdown anyways.
He was open.
Yeah. So Trevor Lawrence, 6 for 6. That's his first touchdown. The other first 2 touchdowns were on the ground. So I think this is going, the end
feel like
results
I
are
gotta-
going
I
as
feel
well
like I
as
gotta-
Sharpshooter would like. But he did have a 4th and 5 from his own 30 that he had to make a pretty gutsy call in. So
Yeah.
this could be cleaner for sure.
Yeah, it feels closer than it is.
Yeah, for sure.
And he got all of this one. Great kick.
Big booming kick. Louisville probably will not bring this out.
Gonna be down in the end zone.
Start on their own 25. And Sharp, if he pushes it here, I think he could probably get 2 more scores this half. If he can get a stop, get a quick score, get a stop, get a quick score, I think he could get to 35. But I think he'll get at least 1 more this half. But I think if he played his card right, he could probably get 2 more this half. 4 minutes is a lot of time. Thomas gets sucked inside just a little bit. That's another problem with the user when you're so used to pass rushing to the inside. When they run at you, you lose your edge contain.
Yep.
With those defensive ends. So I like when you do that, you cheat outside a long ways. That way, even if you cut inside, you're still you start so far outside that you can recover.
Like,
That's
how are
actually
you
a decent
17th
user
ranked
play
team and
out
just
of
don't pass
Sharp there.
The ball. You were undefeated. Like, you would think that your quarterback can freaking throw the ball.
3rd
right?
and 2.
Like, you
If he
would
can
think
get a
that.
stop here, then he's definitely on pace to get 2 more scores this half. So run up the middle, and he just reads it wrong.
Yep.
And they've got 79 rush yards already. That's pretty good. This Hawkins guy's got 75 yards already at almost 7 a clip.
Bad.
Oh, and he does it. He makes up for it. So he didn't bite on the run. I wonder if the camera angle gave that away for him, that the camera didn't chase the running back, so he just stayed with it and made the play.
Yeah, he likes manning Skalski right there in the middle, especially if he has those middle blitzes. He'll just hit the gap right there through the middle.
I'm surprised he's not playing Thomas, though. I still think he's better off playing Thomas. Hawkins makes another tough run, takes a shot from the safety, but he's still getting about that 6 yards a clip. That's something Louisville can live with. They obviously, that sack they gave up put them behind on the chains here, but if they can get 6 yards of handoff to that running back, they're going to be in good shape. Sharp. Oh, we should have had a user pick, but they end up picking it up for a first down, and now the time's getting a little bit tight here. They may end up milking a lot more of this clock. They do go with a no huddle here.
What just happened when I sacked that dude? Did you hear the sacked lunch thing?
Comes out throwing, and Thomas should have had another sack.
Yeah. Oh.
Atwell makes a little stop route. Picks up
2-2.
Did you guys hear that? Because I want to know why. Like, it's supposed
2-2
to be going
Atwell,
through my
big
headphones
play.
as well,
2-2.
and
I've been talking about 2-2 all week.
the air horn. I know you guys are hearing the air horn because I can hear the air horn.
Louisville's having a great drive here. Quick out, and Sharp makes a good user tackle. Looks like both guys are hurting from that tackle. The one guy's leg's broken.
He's actually thrown the ball 7 times.
Sticking in that 4-2-5 formation that you like so much.
Can't do that.
I'm a big fan of 4-2-5. Absolutely.
I started. I'm running it now. I'm mixing it up with some 4-2-5
How
and
Trevor Lawrence does it.
3-3-5.
I just don't think you can get enough run. I think the run defense is
Stairs.
not. You're just not as sturdy with only 3-man
I don't know how
front.
girls do it.
They feel the opposite though. Like, in that game with Macdub last night, I mean, he
Girls do it, man.
almost a complete prevent defense, and Burt ran a ball, and he still was able to make a tackle. And when I asked him about it, he was quick to point out that he was taking advantage of some game mechanics. But I think there are people who are successful stopping the run with a 3-3-5. I just have not been able to figure out how to do it.
Yeah. I think Dees is one of the better defensive coaches with it. He runs 3-3-5. And his defense is pretty good.
In general, I don't like having only one single high safety.
That's scary.
And so I would rather run a 4-3. And he does pick up a sack. It's not Thomas this time, but Henry comes in subbing for Thomas and makes a sack. So 4th and 22, and Louisville, after a great drive, ends up losing significant yardage, and now they're barely in field goal range here. So we'll see what happens. And they're going to use most of this clock. No, they actually choose to kick it.
The only
That's
thing
so
that I
weird with
don't
clock
like about
manager.
these
Yeah.
long drives that they're having is that they're really taking away time from scoring, right? They're also
So Sharp's got a
taking
minute
away
54. Should be able to score pretty easily here. We'll see if he chooses to
Oh.
use all that time up or goes for a quick shot. Makes a
yeah,
good
so-
kick return.
Wait
Breaks a
minute,
couple
wait
tackles
Wait a
and,
minute. Wait a minute.
Gonna get a look at the stats here. And Trevor Lawrence, like we said, perfect 6 for 6, 120 yards. A little bit behind on the yards if he's trying to get to
I
that,
tried to cut
give or
back
take
in and it
300
wouldn't
mark,
do it.
which I think is what most people have in mind for a really good passing outing.
This
Yeah,
is the Trevor
definitely.
Lawrence show.
Got double high safety, so passing is going to be a little tougher. With this much time left, you think he could have still looked to run the ball some, especially the way Etienne picks it up.
You're
But
right,
he does
John.
find
We can't
Nada
score 100
on a
at this
little in
pace.
route.
Yeah, under 2 minutes now. I think I would try to make this the last possession of the game or the half, because there's not enough time for the CPU to. You would have to play a perfect defensive possession on that next possession to get the ball back.
Sure. Or get some luck like Burt got last night with that last second Hail Mary at the end of the half. That was pretty incredible.
Yeah,
Dude,
I think he found something here with this new quarterback, or
Where's
the
the Bucks
quarterback
sweep at
returning,
right now?
and then I forget the wide receiver's name, but he was hitting that guy all night.
I bet Mac remembers his name.
That's the play I need right now, Buck sweep. Buck sweep to the right from this
I don't remember
hash.
it either. I think it's Robinson or
Bomb
something.
play.
Wandale, is that Wandale Robinson?
Yeah. Etienne picks up another 10. So
Chat,
so
where
he
the
is. I
odds
think
were
he is
would
being
go all
smart.
the way down the
He's
field.
running the ball. He's still got his 2 timeouts, so he knows he can stop the clock if he needs to. But he's not trying to get a quick score. Lawrence picks up another easy first down.
How tall is he? Is he like 6'5"?
Yeah, he's tall.
He's a big
Phoenix
dude.
doesn't think I scored twice before the half is up.
Sharp
And he's
looks
fast.
exactly
Might
like
have to
him.
agree with him there. Only
Yeah, he
39
does.
Seconds left.
And he's fast too. This game actually has his speed rating a little bit low.
Ooh.
A little bit
Nice
low in my
touchdown.
opinion, and a lot low in Sharpshooter's opinion. But yeah, that was a great touchdown. I thought he was covered. He had a linebacker chasing him, but Lawrence
Little
threads the needle
gridiron,
and makes
great
it happen.
special right there, baby.
Chuckleberry, it's like one of those Trevor Lawrence wigs with the built-in headband.
Did
It
you
kinda
see?
just looks like a housewife or something.
There was a girl, I think, last year, maybe during football season. I don't remember, but she got pretty popular
That
by
looked exactly like
posting
him.
pictures of herself, and she looked exactly like him.
John, I'll try
Yeah.
and get you, man. I'll try
Yeah, I
and get
saw
it.
that.
45
I saw
seconds
this
left,
meme the other day. It was like, this is what Trevor Lawrence would look like as a man, and it was like him with the buzz cut, and they
They're not playing
photoshopped
good
on a
offense,
beard.
I'm making stupid plays. Play calls.
I didn't see that. I'll have to look that up.
These next few drives are going to go a long way in determining what kind of game this will end up being.
See what happens here. We have not had any turnovers yet, so that looked like another play that
Right, they call timeout.
could have
They
been a
call
turnover.
timeout. They
That
call
was
timeout.
that seemed like
So,
something hardcore
second
would have
and
taken to
4.
the house right there. Every time I see those little lob throws
Yeah.
to the flat, I
Second
think
and
that's
4.
that's the time you make a user play.
Need a sack here. Or
Bring in some pressure with Thomas, and Pass ends up scrambling out, picks up a first down, and he's going to extend this drive.
Pass with the run.
Yep. And he's had a decent half. I mean, I think he's got one
playing
incompletion.
like a freaking idiot back there, dude. He saw the
They're
quarterback
certainly
take off,
not
run,
putting
and go
points up.
after
They're
him.
really
Why do I have to
sputtering when they
use
get
her
down
there?
there near the goal line. But Thomas gets good pressure here, and
Oh, good
Pass
catch.
hits another long
Oh,
bomb to
nice catch.
Fitzpatrick. So
Good catch.
they're in position to get another field goal. They've still got one timeout. So
Yeah, I mean, if they're scoring,
Four, I guess, maybe?
they're scoring touchdowns here. They're in position to go down by one touchdown.
2. We'll still be down.
No, I'm saying, like,
Dude,
if
I
it was
should've stayed with the
28-14,
freaking
they could be
flat
Oh,
up.
yeah.
They could be ready to go down 28-21.
Oh, I should have stayed
Yep,
with
they
the
get the ball
flat
back, so.
zone.
They do get the ball
Why'd I
back?
pick
Okay.
that?
Yeah. Clemson got the ball first, so if they can score here and do a quick turn, they can be in position.
Cover two right here.
Clemson takes a
Yeah,
timeout.
just one of those field goals at least could have been a touchdown.
Yeah. Pass gets happy feet, and clock's going to be running here. Looks like Clemson actually took a timeout, which makes Not much sense to me. I'm not sure. We'll have to ask Sharpshooter about that timeout.
He's trying to get the ball back with 8 seconds left.
They continue to drive. They picked up a first down. It was a 3rd and 2.
I'll tell you that much right now. They're not
Get out of bounds, so they still have their timeout. Let's see what the call is. They're reviewing the catch, it looks like.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that, Pirate.
Oh,
Looks
he's
like
in.
a good catch to me. Looks like he got both feet in to me.
Very tough to tell if he was able to get a foot down or not.
To review the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, I think the play warranted a review, but the call on the field stands.
Oh, good call, Chuck. He probably does. He wants to try for a return touchdown.
Yeah, maybe. He only needs 1 second, as Bert showed us yesterday. Another quick pass. Louisville's ran a couple of those. Take advantage of poor user tackling, and they punch it in.
Tutu Atwell. He was right there, though. If he, like you keep saying, if that was hardcore, I think he gets that pick. He kind of just jumped it and didn't press Y, I don't think. Going for 2.
I think you have to. You have to make up for those field goals. So
You're
you don't
gonna
like
have
to
to
start
eventually.
chasing points. Yeah, eventually you're going to have to. He's standing there too long.
Yeah.
Now they're
That was
down.
good defense.
I think it's too early to start chasing points. I don't know that I would have gone for 2 there, but at some point you have to. So I don't fault them, but in 11 seconds is plenty of time for Sharpshooter if he can get one deep bomb. Let's see what he chooses
Way,
to
you
do
little
here.
bozo.
Red Davis.
He's going to come out in a run.
This offensive line really opened up.
Looks like he's audible to a pass.
Yeah, it's kind of another one of those little game things because if you start run audible pass, it'll keep those cornerbacks cheated up.
And he almost throws a pick, so that's the first incompletion
Thank God, dude.
for Lawrence in the half. There goes his perfect game. So Dees still holds the perfect game passing record. We got a bomb to Rogers. He's got a step. He
Oh,
picks
what a
it up.
cannon.
Or I guess that's not Rogers. That's Nada. That's normally Rogers on that right-hand side, though.
Nah, we'll take it.
Nada goes over 100 yards for the half, so doesn't look anything like Trevor Lawrence, but Coach Sharpshooter, thanks for joining us for a little quick halftime interview. How's the game going so far on your side?
It feels pretty good. Defensively, we got some things to work on. On my side, not anything that Peter's doing. I'm just missing some easy tackles.
On my side, not
just going, letting them run right next to me. So we need to clean that up. Offensively, we're looking great.
Letting them run right next to me.
Want to commend you on your headdress. I chose to bust out the Clemson Tiger head as well, so I'm all in on Clemson from here on out for this season, and I appreciate you being all in with the Trevor Lawrence wig. Run us through kind of your defensive changes that you've done. There's been a lot of boosters in your ear telling you not to switch players so much on defense, and you seem to be giving them a big middle finger so far this game. Is that something we should expect to see the rest of the game?
I mean, we'll see. I don't think defensively we're playing bad. We're just.
I don't think defensively.
I'm putting myself in position, and I'm trying to go for big hits, and just missing. I wouldn't say it's so much missing or switching players. I'm trying to go for that big hit, trying to cause turnovers, trying to get some fumbles, and I'm completely whiffing at it. I mean, I'm telling my chat, hey, yell at me, tell me to stop, tell me to stop doing those big hits because it's really costing me, and I've said it all season. Defensively, I mean, we'll see what's coming. I mean, obviously they've passed the ball 7 times. They've ran the ball maybe 1 million. So nothing new is going to come out of this second half. They did pass the ball with like 40 some seconds left to get that scored. Really caught me off guard, but we'll clean it up. We'll get it going.
You haven't forced any turnovers yet. You've only, I think,
clean it up.
forced one punt. They have been able to drive. You've stiffened up a little bit by the goal line here. But Emigs, who's on the call with me here, he made a note that if Louisville could score there, now you're going to be giving them the ball back. They're only going to be down one score. So how do you get your defense off the field before they are able to get clear down into field goal range?
Yeah, you know, like I said, we just got to make some tackles. We got to play smart. You know, I obviously know what they're going to be doing. They're going to run the ball. They're in that pistol formation, which is a little funny because you never know what they're going to do because it's like a 3-second delay on whether he's going to hand it off, read option. You just don't know what's going to happen, and that gives the offensive line a lot of time to block properly and do what they need to do. So we'll clean it up. Maybe a little bit more zone blitz. We'll see. That way we're able to cover the middle of the field, but also man up and send some people and apply pressure. So we'll see what we do.
Chip from Napoleon Dynamite, you got anything for sharpshooter?
No, only thing I noticed was that last return before half. Fred Davis taking it back. What's up with DeMarcus Bowman?
So I don't know if you saw you must have seen the little Twitter dispute and everything that goes on with me and D's for return of the year, but actually Fred Davis is my best returner on the year. He's got, I think, 4 kickoff returns. But the only reason Bowman's in it is because he also has 2 or 3 punt returns, or I don't know, maybe it's 1 punt return and 1 kickoff return. But I have Fred Davis as my primary kickoff returner, and DeMarcus Bowman is my punt returner. So I've got two returners right there in the top 4 for top returner of the year. So I switched it up. I switched it up here.
Cancel each other out.
Yeah, they might. I actually switched it up this game. I put DeMarcus Bowman as my primary kickoff returner and punt returner, and they haven't been kicking it to Bowman. So if that says anything.
Well, let's see how the second half goes. We're certainly looking forward to it, and you certainly have a talented team top to bottom here. So you think you can get to 70? You're a little bit behind pace, but you think you can get to 70?
We'll see. I kind of want to keep it entertaining for the fans. I don't want to blow everyone out every time, but
do you think we can see a nipple then?
Maybe the end of the game. If we get to 70, I'll give you a nipple.
All right.
All right.
Wing on it's a little too weird.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Yeah, sharpshooter's right. I mean, he's got 2 of the top 5 return men. They're both freshmen, so that's interesting. Wow. He's deep, but he's obviously we're looking at doing a reboot here. But Clemson, if you were to look at the next 4 years, they're going to be not only good this year, but after they lose Lawrence, their backup quarterback is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and it's certainly not a rebuild situation. It's just a reload situation at Clemson.
Number 1 quarterback recruit last year. It's too bad we are doing the rebuild because I tell him to put him in as much as possible. I'm a big fan of that guy.
For sure. And Louisville comes out with the ball. Hawkins breaks another tackle, and we get some more user switching around, and sharpshooter comes right out of I can see in his stream there, he knows I'm talking trash about that user defense here, but he's just diving all over the place looking like an idiot. So hopefully he tightens that up here with the rest of the game. And he goes diving again, and they are able to pick up another yard. So 2 for 2 so far. 2 for 2 so far on user nonsense.
So a lot of times too, what I like to do, not in situations like that, it was too quick, but if I'll get a guy in position and then switch out, just because for some reason, big pitch, little pitch.
And I hate that play. That play never works for me if you go to run a speed option and they have such an overload there, but somehow the computer is able to pick up 2 yards. And they continue to go no huddle, which I think sharpshooter's going to have trouble with. He actually had a decent blitz call there. He was right in the face of pass, but pass stands tall in the pocket and finds his receiver on a crossing route.
12 for 13 now.
Yeah, he looks great. I mean, the sharpshooter has not figured out how to stop him until they get down close to the goal line. And you called it earlier. It's been bad play calling more than anything that's kept Louisville out of the end zone. The only reason this game is where it is right now is because Louisville couldn't figure out how to punch it inside the red zone on 2 straight drives. And he probably should have kept that one. Pass makes a bad decision there, and Hawkins is at almost 100 yards on the game. That's pretty impressive.
Hawkins, Pat, like they're getting numbers. They're just not getting into the end zone.
Yeah. Here comes pass on a little screen play. He's got blockers out in front. Somehow sharpshooter fights through those blocks and makes a big tackle. I thought that was going to go at least for the first down. Sharp seems pumped up. He's giving us some fist pumps, and that's exactly what he needed here to get this momentum back on his side. I mean, the game hasn't really been in doubt, but it certainly hasn't been a dominating performance.
Not what we're used to, right?
For sure.
Still no turnovers, right?
Still no turnovers. That's, I believe, the second punt.
So the only reason I'm just trying to think why Clemson only has 28 is just because Louisville's had the ball so much, right?
Long drives. Yep, long drives. Clemson's only had the ball 4 times. And he hasn't been really getting long plays either. I mean, he has a couple bombs. But, you know, he ended up with that 4th and 5. He's had some extended drives. He hasn't been able to go way downfield too fast. John Rob's in his chat saying that only losers don't switch players on defense. So he's got people in both of his ears. He's got me on one shoulder and John Rob and probably others on his other shoulder. So we'll see what he ends up doing. And then to be a true troll, he says, I guess if you aren't good at D, it makes sense to not switch players. So that's a shot right at his manhood there.
Trying to get in his head, make him switch more.
I think it's pretty well known that John Robb is a hardcore fanboy. So I think he's gonna do everything he can to make sure that his the horse he's backing stays on top. So
it doesn't have to do much, I don't think.
No, that's a good horse to hit your wagon too early on for sure. Yeah, John, I don't know who's who. In this case, I would say you're probably the devil, which is surprising. And Lawrence stands tall in the pocket and ends up taking a 7-yard sack. I really don't like play action on those inverted veers. The line just never blocks right. It's a bad scheme in the game. I like that play if you're going to actually run the option out of an inverted veer. That's okay, but the play action on it is just broken.
Something with the mechanics on those plays, it just goes wonky with the line.
And Rodgers is wide open, so Lawrence takes the sack just so he can get 7 more yards in the air on the throw. So he's basically perfect for the game. He's got 1 incompletion on a kind of a Hail Mary type play at the end of the first half. Marches right down the field, and now he's got things going. He forces a punt on the first drive, goes right down the field with very little hesitation, and he still doesn't have any turnovers. He still hasn't looked that impressive on defense, but the offense is starting to roll.
Yeah. Like that we saw earlier, that first drive was just complete domination. That reminds me of that last drive.
Sure. He has been giving up a lot of kick return yards. I think that's something, if you're watching film on sharpshooter, he switches defenders a lot on kick, and I think that's one of the most dangerous times to be switching players, because you got all these guys running full speed one direction, and then you switch to them and you're trying to change and you don't even know who it's going to switch you to. And so I think that's one of the worst plays to try to switch players on is kickoffs. I think a good user can break a kick on you if you're willing to switch players on a kickoff.
Louisville just kind of not able to break one either. They're not breaking tackles. They're picking up little plays, dinking and dunking, but nothing big.
The time for dinking and ducking is gone. That was a great idea in the first half, but once you've gone ahead and fallen down by 20 points. That was a great cutback. If that receiver would have maintained his block on that corner, Hawkins was probably gone. Louisville continues to come out in the no huddle. Brings the receiver in motion, and Sharp brings a lot of pressure, but they go into the flat, and he's just unable to hold on to the ball. And that's only the second incompletion for Juwan Pass. He's had a great game as well.
Yeah, only 3 incompletions from both quarterbacks now.
And that's something you do see a lot in these Heisman games. The CPU quarterbacks are usually extremely accurate.
Yep. If you're not messing with the sliders at all, they just don't miss.
And he makes a tremendous defensive play, forcing a 4th down. Stepped up in the hole with that linebacker he's been manning, and makes just a tremendous hit. So, not flashy, no turnovers, but it wasn't a 3 and out, but he does finally ultimately end up forcing him to punt. It looks like Venables is in on defense. That's the defensive coordinator's kid getting a little bit of playing time.
When's that guy gonna take a head coaching position?
And the ball dies right at the 1. That was an incredible punt. I don't know, because it's really interesting to me. Obviously, he's got to be on the short list for every job.
Yeah.
They obviously pay him a ton of money. He's probably not going to go anywhere as long as his kid's there.
Yeah, that's what I think he said.
Dabo's young. Dabo could coach for 20 or 30 more years pretty easy. I think I don't know how old he is, but he can't be more than 50. Let's see, I'm going to look it up right now.
Yeah, I'd say 50 to 55.
He's exactly 50. So, okay. He could easily coach for 10 more years, 15 more years. And I can't imagine him going anywhere while things are going as well as they are.
Yeah. People say he wants to go to Bama.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
That's just like
that's where he played, right? Or at least that's where he went. I'm not even sure he played, but it's where he went.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Venables is 49, so they're basically the same age. Nobody really does coach in waiting stuff anymore. That kind of fell out of fashion. There was a while there, like when Mac Brown at Texas had Muschamp as his coach in waiting for a couple years, and then Muschamp took the job.
We kind of did it with Ryan Day. It was only like 2 years, a year.
Yeah.
And it took like a weird situation forcing the coach out for it to happen.
Trippy, I don't know what you're doing here, but mute your mic. Crackhead. And he's been, while we're kind of just chatting away, Sharpshooter's, he was down the 1 yard line. He's got himself out to midfield. He's looking to run a screen. Etienne's wide open. Breaks a couple tackles. Actually, that's Dixon, Lynn J. Dixon.
I love that play. There's always so many guys open on that play.
Yeah, and it's not just the screen guy, right? You can. Nope. I think if people are willing to make other reads. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry for joining the call. I just wanted to watch the game live. I apologize.
You wanted to watch it live?
Yeah, because there's a delay on Twitch.
Yeah, I'd hate for you to have a 2-second delay. While Lynn J. Dixon takes it clear to the house. That was a great run.
Yeah. It's a couple tacklers trying to go for his feet there, just not able to catch him.
We talk a lot about Trace Sermon and Master Teague being, the best, in my opinion, the best 1-2 punch. But I think if Lynn J. Dixon got more carries, he might be in that discussion as well with ETN.
They're so deep. They have so many guys at every position. Young too.
Sure. That was a 99-yard drive.
Impressive.
I wonder where ETN is. He was out that whole drive.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was coaching or if he's injured.
He didn't go to his settings.
He might have been doing formation substitutions.
Maybe. We'll have to see this next time. It looks like he's doing ask coach. He's not picking his formation,
Okay.
so I don't think you can't do those unless you pick your formations, but
Nope. That does it for the third here. For only 42 points, kind of a low scoring output for Clemson unless he can put up 3 touchdowns here in this quarter.
and they hit a quick little out route.
Fantasy is Sharp and drag. Basically, he's dressed up as Trevor Lawrence. So basically.
I just redeemed 500 points in Sharp's channel to make him do a dab for us. So that's what that little when it looked like he was having a seizure there on stream, that was him doing a dab. I got so many points in all these guys' channels that.
Yeah, I need to do a whole overhaul on my channel and figure out something to do with channel points.
Sure. John Pass continues. It means 18 for 20. There goes the dab right there. What's he doing? He's losing his mind.
18 for 20, only 160 yards though.
OD's just redeemed 4 dabs. That's why. So it looks like he's having a sneeze attack. Somebody poured pepper on his nose.
That wig on.
It's 10:30 at night. Time to bust out the chocolate chip cookies.
Uh-oh.
One cookie.
Should get a little cookie count in the bottom left corner.
Sharp makes another good play. He brings that linebacker up, fills that hole.
How about Toledo, 7-2?
Yeah, the Rockets. It's a late weird game. It's a weird late out of conference game for you.
Yeah.
There's a fumble. He forces a fumble with a big hit.
Yeah, that was a surprise for me to see that on the schedule.
Gets a handoff to Hawkins, who cuts back. Should have been what looks like a face mask, the way that guy got yanked down, but picks up the first down. Hawkins has had a great game. He's got to be up around 120 yards. Probably going to pick up another touchdown right here. Goes to the air. Should have been a pick.
Yeah.
Skalski makes a good defensive play. To cookie.
Yeah, makes this ACC and then Sharp.
I only got this many left.
I'm excited to see if Brian and Sharp both make it to the ACC championship, and then also before that, I really want to see D's Sharp. That's basically the plan for the.
Yeah. I mean, really, the only way somebody like Baker gets ahead of those guys is if whoever wins that game loses their conference championship.
Yeah.
And even then, if it's D's, that's still only his first loss. If he goes undefeated but loses his conference championship, it's still only one loss. It is a late season loss.
Yeah, I think the way they do the rankings, I think that'll push him down too far just because it's so late.
Yeah. So D's really has to go undefeated at this point if he wants to get in. Really, everybody does, right? I mean, nobody can afford a loss this late. I don't even think hardcore can afford a loss this late.
Early onside kick here with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, early but absolutely necessary, right? I mean,
yeah, no.
that's the only chance they had.
I mean that in the sense that I don't think they usually do that.
Agreed. Here's ETN back, so luckily it looks like he's not injured. Again, and we talk about this all the time. ETN's got 163 yards. He wasn't even in on that drive where they went 99 yards, where he would have had, Lynn J. Dixon broke that 60-yard run. But it doesn't seem like we've hardly even talked about ETN, and he's just quietly picked up, he'll probably end up close to 200 yards again today.
Yeah, I feel like 23 carries is probably a lot for him too, right?
It is a lot. Yep, it is a lot.
So let me see let me check our Heisman rankings as of.
ETN breaks a tackle, ends up taking. Oh, you missed that run.
No, I saw it.
Did you see it?
End of it? I saw the end of it. Yeah.
That was a great run. 23-yard run.
All right, we got that Najee Harris 10 touchdown game. I don't know. So it just like rubs me just diving with Harris. Then we got
Kevin
more. Harris.
He actually did more that game.
I honestly, that shot, yeah, like we were calling out Vic. I didn't watch his last game, so
yeah,
I was just guessing because usually to get someone like 10 touchdowns like that, you're doing something a little.
Well, Navy kept turning the ball over.
Okay.
So he kept having short field.
Short field, yeah.
Yeah.
So Kennedy Brooks at 5, ETN at 4, King at 3, Harris at 2. That's Kevin Harris, and then Najee at 1.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna catch Najee. I mean, I don't expect him to have a game. I guess they still have LSU. I don't think he'll be able to do that against D's.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's not going to try. He's still probably going to get 30 carries in the game. And Thomas just trucks his lineman, and that was a great play by Sharp. I'm surprised you're not. I'm just scrolling through here. There's not a single USC Trojan on the watch list for any of these awards. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, I think maybe we have a defensive end on one of them. We don't really focus on any one guy, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. Well, it's good for you if Yofi keeps winning, right? I mean, that's really you've got Stanford, who obviously just gave Rhombus a good game. So I don't think there's any chance you'll see Rhombus at this point. He's got 2 conference losses.
I think it is impossible, right? 2 games left.
I'm not sure how many he has left. So he's 4-2 in conference, and they probably only play 8 conference games.
So they're 7-3. They've left. He's played 10 games. Yeah, 2.
He's 4-2 in conference.
And you were saying Stanford probably has a Notre Dame game, right?
Stanford is 6-0 in conference, so they still have 2 more conference games as well.
Okay, so
and Notre Dame. I think he's still got 3 games left.
Oh yeah, because they were 7-1. That's only 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stanford looked tough though, so I'm not excited to play them. They look like were they running pro style?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that pro style offense looks tough. That sucks. I wanted to play around this.
Yeah, that would have been a good game. You could use the user. There's a lot of use to say in a row. You could use the user game.
Yeah, that's why I joined that other league. Is a lot more user practice.
Nice. I think you'll probably see Baker in the Rose Bowl, is my guess.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Because I don't think he'll be able to leap Clemson or South Carolina to get into the championship game. So if he runs the table and wins the Big Ten.
I'm just glad we got all the CPUs out of the way. If everyone wins out this week, we'll have like a whole top 8 users.
Yeah, A&M choked out. Wisconsin's dropping.
Who else lost?
I don't remember who the third one was.
Yeah, I can't think. Oh, nice throw.
Broken tackle, and we're going to get another score here. So he goes over 50, gets his 50 burger. Amari Rogers picks up another touchdown. And he's the leading receiver for the Biletnikoff. So it's important, I think, probably for Sharp to get him the ball. It looks like Trevor Lawrence is probably too far out to get any awards. ETN, although I think he probably is the best running back, he's only in 5th place on the Walter Camp. So Amari Rogers is probably his best shot to get an award this year.
Yeah, and he's definitely aware of that too. I know that. I know how sharp he is with his stats and making sure his guys get his.
Here comes Louisville.
Did he keep Clemson for next year?
I'm sure.
I think he did.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think everybody had the option to keep their original team.
Yeah.
And I just can't imagine him picking anybody else. It would be silly.
Yeah, I wanted Florida, but they were already taken.
Yeah, Rhombus better figure it out if he's going to play the Gators. Can't be losing to the computer with the Gators. He's got a reputation to uphold. But they can recruit for sure. As Louisville breaks a good run. That was an interesting play design. I think Sharp got caught with his pants down there on. They kind of had a wide receiver motion and a little bit of trickeration going on, and were able to get a nice run. Louisville goes back to the air, pass hits a crossing route to Atwell and picks up another first down and got first and goal here. Only a minute left, but they're trying to make this a respectable. They're down by 36 right now. They're trying to try to close it down to be under 30. Pass drops back. Sanders coming in his face and should have been another interception.
Oh.
The defense continues to just not force those turnovers.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State lost. That was the other one.
Yeah, that was it. Ranked 7th, I believe. How many cookies is that, Pirate?
Oh, I don't know. Probably 7 or 8.
Lost count.
Yep. I'm going hard.
What kind of cookies are they?
They are chocolate chip cookies from Walmart.
Okay,
there were 52 of them in the box, so there's 13 in a row. It's like a box of cards, a deck of cards. I buy 1 box a week when I pick my groceries up on Saturday, and my goal is to get to Saturday with cookies left over. I still got a full row plus 5 cookies to last me till Saturday morning. So, here we go. He finally gets his turnover in the flat, gets a block. Goodrich is going to have enough speed, I think, to beat pass. He's going to get a pick 6 here.
Nice play. That one got to beat the quarterback diving tackle. Not going to get there.
He's going to try to run some clock out. 17 seconds left. He wasn't quite able to get to 70. I guess it's still possible, but we've really been harping on his defense not making a play, and he finally does force one after multiple attempts, right? I mean, multiple opportunities. He probably should have had 2 or 3 interceptions, but he does finally get the one, and he makes the most of it.
Yeah, pretty complete game from Sharp. Finally like we just said, gets that turnover, and it goes for 6. Forced them to kick 2 field goals, I think, down in the red zone or down in the 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've got 2 field goals and 2 touchdowns. And they haven't been able to. And then they missed a 2-point conversion. Louisville comes back out here. We've only got 15 seconds left, and Venables makes a huge hit. Getting some quality cleanup time here for Daddy.
Make Daddy proud.
A lot of coaches' kids making plays this week. We had Drake Stoops get a touchdown in the Oklahoma game the other night. Another throw into the flat as time expires here. So sharpshooter points to the sky, shakes his beautiful golden locks, and walks off the field with a pretty dominating victory. Most impressive thing to me out of this game was just his red zone defense. He was able to really tighten up, force some field goals, force an interception there at the end. So pretty soft defense, between the 20s. But once he got down in there in the 20, he really tightened up.
Yeah, I'm very ecstatic if I can hold them to field goals. I don't care. 3 points makes me really happy. Just the way they work on third down. I feel like the CPU just steps everything up third down.
Coach Sharpshooter, are you with us here?
I'm with you.
I put my Tiger helmet back on because I want everyone to be 100% sure that I'm all on board the Clemson train here for the rest of the season. So tremendous defense. You ended up finally completing one of those or intercepting one of those passes. You had multiple opportunities, but you did finally pull it off there at the end. Your red zone defense was incredible, and then your red zone offense, I saw it flashed on the screen. You had 100% red zone efficiency. So top to bottom, just a dominating game. Why don't you tell us your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm super happy about it. They had the one long touchdown. But other than that, we held them 3 touchdowns for the game. They went for a 2-point conversion. That's why 21 points isn't up on the board. So, I'm happy with it. 63-19. Definitely need to clean some things up with the initial descent down on a running back. So we need to be able to identify that it's a run and get there a lot quicker and actually make the tackles. Because, literally right after halftime, I was talking about we need to start making tackles. We kick the ball off to them. I think the very first play that they run, it's a run to the right. And I miss a very easy tackle with my middle linebacker. He runs right past it and gains 8 yards instead of 2. So defensively, we need to be better at making tackles, and that's not on the AI. That's on me. That's completely on me. I need to stop rushing. I need to start taking my time with it and making the tackle when I think I can make the tackle instead of just spamming X and tackling.
Sure. You said that you gave up 3 touchdowns. I wanted to correct you on that. You actually only gave up 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. Your red zone defense held them to field goals in the first half there, and then you did give up 2 touchdowns. So even better than you thought. I mean, you stopped them on 3 different drives inside the 20. 2 of them you forced them to kick field goals, and the third you took that pick 6. So great red zone defense. Travis Etienne.
You're right.
Travis Etienne had another quiet but solid game, almost 200 yards on the ground. His carries were a little higher than you normally have. I think he end up with almost 30 carries on the game. Are you worried at all about his workload being high? That was a pretty heavy load for him compared to what he normally gets.
It was. We've got to compete with the Najee Harrises in the world that run the ball 30 sometimes, get 200 yards and 10 touchdowns. Travis Etienne was on the top of the Heisman watch list before last week. We had a bye last week, so we didn't have a chance to really defend our top spot there. But I think this is a very solid performance. 27 attempts, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7.9 per carry average. So, hopefully the Heisman committee can look at that and see that, I've got a whole lot less carries. I'm leading the country in yards right now because I did check before this game how many yards I did need to overtake the number 1 spot in total yards again, and I surpassed that. So Travis Etienne will be the number 1 rushing leader. We broke a school record for rushing yards in a season. So I'm happy with Travis Etienne's performance. The workload was a little bit higher, but 27 attempts is still not too terribly bad. So
sure.
I'm good with it.
What did Rogers end up with? He's he's the front runner for the Blitnikoff, and he had another tremendous game. I'm sure he was over 100 yards. Can you tell us his numbers?
Amari Rodgers, 4 receptions, 130 yards, 3 touchdowns. He also rushed the ball 2 times for 25 yards and a touchdown. So he had 4 total touchdowns in this game.
Awesome. Emags, what do you have for Coach?
Sharp, one question I had, and some of it's been answered just through talking, is how cognizant are you going into these games of these award races? And is it something like quarter one, you're thinking, I need to get this guy this many yards, or is it more once the game's in hand, third, fourth quarter, that's when you start doing your stat work?
Yeah. It's definitely, I wanna be able to win the game, obviously. You know, when I know I have the game in hand, and that's usually at the end of the first quarter. I usually know if I'm gonna win. Losing is a different thing, because the LSU game I kind of thought I might be able to win, but then we had that costly fumble and that kickoff return, and that's kind of where I got really deflated because we had made a comeback. But I know if I'm going to win the game pretty much after the first quarter, just by the way that they play and the way I know my offense can operate. And so by the end of the first quarter, I know I'm going to win it. And in the second quarter, if I have scored a couple more touchdowns, that's usually when I start getting cognizant of that kind of stuff. Because I'm going to be completely honest here. I think it's everyone is trying to finish second in a. I don't think anyone's going to beat hardcore. I really, really, truly believe that. So
not with that attitude.
If I'm gonna go down swinging, I want to at least take some awards with me. So
we want hardcore.
We want hardcore. I mean, I want hardcore. I think it'd be a good matchup. To be quite honest, 2 very high-powered offenses. My defense is not quite to par with his. But I think my offense is right there along with his. So that would be one of those games where I think it'd be kind of fun to see my offense go against his dominant defense, just to see how well I can actually operate. So I think that'd be a good matchup, but I'm selling myself short there, and I don't think I win that matchup. So I want to take some awards with me.
Well, you do have a big advantage, in my opinion. You've got 2 more user games. Obviously, that's a challenge, but that will also help you stay sharp on the sticks, where hardcore is going to have a pretty big gap between his user games. So whoever ends up coming out on top, which I'm sure will be you, will have that advantage of playing some extra user games on.
Yeah, and actually, you saying that, I think this win against Louisville just locked me into the ACC championship game, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations, Coach.
Yeah, I think that did just lock me in. So. I'll have to take another look at it just to see. But, if Coach Brian's able to beat Virginia Tech this weekend, then I believe that we will be seeing that rematch.
Well, Coach, I think I speak for all of us when I say we're excited for the upcoming game against Dees and Coach Brian. I think you're going to end up with 3 user games here to the end of the season. So hopefully we'll see a lot more of that Trevor Lawrence wig, and it won't be a short-term purchase for you.
We'll see. It actually, Trevor Lawrence had a fantastic game as well, so maybe the wig helped. Did a lot more with him this game, so yeah. Wonderful game. Can't wait to go back and watch the call from you and Emix. I know both of you do a fantastic job. Fantasy World League on the producing side, so I know everything with this stream on the G12 side went well. So can't wait to give it a watch.
I think MacDub's actually producing, so you're even in better hands there. So,
okay. Well, Mac and Fantasy, both of them do a good job. So
for sure, they're basically interchangeable. For sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back and watch that VOD. So, thank you guys for calling the game.
Well, Coach, hopefully you'll stick around and watch the Yofi BYU game that's about to kick off, and maybe we'll see you in chat.
We shall see. I do got to try out for a Call of Duty tournament team, so we'll see.
Well, good luck with that.
All right. Thanks a lot. Right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Go Tigers. Well, Emigs, I think you're
2-1.
What's up, guys? Waiting on Pirate to go to the restroom. Somebody's feedback. I don't know what's going on here. You gotta love it when you go live and we got feedback all over the place.
Should be fixed now, yeah?
Drip, is that you? He jumped in here.
I was gonna go to bed. I just wanted to say great job tonight, all of you guys, and good luck.
We're live, Drip, so.
Oh, sorry. Shut up.
I don't know what to say, guys. I got nothing. He's a kid. We love him. I'm still getting feedback, so I don't know what's going on. Are you hearing it, Mac? We're trying to get this figured out, guys, so I don't know where it's coming from, if it's Pirate or me. Is all your stuff, your streams closed, Pirate? Because there's like feedback.
It shouldn't be anymore. There was for a minute. It hasn't been for a while, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you hearing it?
Mm-mm. I was hearing it before I left. That's why I doubled back and shut my stream off, but it shouldn't be anymore. Are you still hearing it?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You're still hearing feedback?
Yeah, it's like a 5-second delay. I don't know what's going on.
It's not coming from me. Is your stream volume not muted in the stream? Or do you still have your sound on your screen?
Let's try that. Must have been me. Obviously. Well, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, and while you were away, Drip jumped on while we were live, so that was fun.
Yeah, Drip cannot afford the delay that is built into having to watch the game on the stream. He needs it right in his veins live.
He needs it in his veins live. He loves a Discord. I can't fault him for that. So sorry about that, guys. That was weird. It was on my end, but it is now fixed. So, yeah, we got a big game for Yofi here tonight. BYU hosting the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. So a big game on the road. We kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. We both picked Yofi, of course, in this game. No, I don't think you were on when we picked this game. I guess it was me and Vic, who hates BYU, of course. So naturally, he's never going to pick them. So you didn't get a bunch of chance to talk about this last night, Pirate. What are your thoughts about this game this week?
Well, not only does he hate BYU, but he couldn't love another human being more than he loves Yofi. So this game was a slam dunk for sure for Vic.
100%.
BYU is better than they are in this game. They're actually a team that I think has a chance, a really outside chance at winning the national championship this year, at least making it into the BCS because of their independent schedule. They've got a pretty good team. I don't know if you've seen any of their games, but they played Navy a couple weeks ago and just kicked the crap out of them. They've got a really good young quarterback that's a local kid out of Salt Lake that I actually watched play live a few times. So I really like BYU's team. I love their coach, Kalani Sitake. I think he's a great coach. But top to bottom here, athlete-wise, I think Notre Dame is definitely at an advantage. So we'll see. I'm always cheering for Yofi to take an L, so part of me hopes that happens, but I don't think this will be a week. I don't think this will be the week.
I don't think this is going to be the week either. I mean, I wouldn't expect him to lose this game. It might be close. Usually his games seem to be closer than what you think they're going to be. He always comes out ahead in the end and wins by at least a couple of scores. So I wouldn't expect to see much difference tonight, even with it being on the road. I think he's going to take care of business. I think I mentioned that last night. And, he's going to be able to control the ball. Like you said, he's got the athletes. He's got the roster to do that. He's got the speed. I think that's really what's going to show up is the speed difference that Notre Dame has. And so I expect about a 21-point game. It's probably going to be close most of the game, and then I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of stretched it out towards the end like we normally see him do. So, I'm excited for it, and I can't wait for this to get kicked off. We're waiting for him to load. Got to love the game. The load speed on this thing is just like it's from 2013 or something.
Yeah. It can be awful for sure. Yofi, I think 21 points is probably about where this will end up. Just because of how the game ends up kind of making some dumb decisions toward the end, and Yofi is a good enough player to take advantage of that. I think it's probably closer than that. I think Yofi, one thing he needs to be careful of is turnovers. This game is on the road. If he falls behind or gives up some turnovers, I think if he loses the turnover battle by more than one, I don't think he wins. So that's what I'm really going to keep an eye on is the turnover battle here.
Yeah, and thanks for the sub there, KCR07. We appreciate that. And the follow as well. So we appreciate the support there as we get this game started. And, man, I think you're dead on with the 21 points. I think that's pretty solid. And, he's going to have a good balance. We're going to see a lot of checkoffs. He loves to do that, right? So we saw that especially against when he played E-Migs. That was just like a check-off battle, basically, most of the game. But really good at adjustments. He's just plays this game a ridiculous amount, quite honestly. Probably more than anybody in the league, I would say. Yofi plays the game more streaming-wise. I don't know about offline because we don't know about that, but he definitely streams this game more than anybody. He's like, 38 years into a 6-year dynasty or something like that on his offline stream. So it's insane. And that's just in a few months how many games he's blown through. So here's the infamous coin toss, which he wins.
Does.
So it's a good start for Yofi. I know you're a big proponent of you must win the toss to get a good start. So
I mainly care about that in Hardcore's game because that's the only thing I think he has a chance to lose. I don't think Yofi is on that level. I think he is beatable. So we'll see how this comes out. If BYU can start fast and force a turnover, I think they've got a chance. As Milne catches this, it's kind of a short kick. He does a good stiff arm here and gets it out to about the 25.
Yeah, and we've seen him have close games. Like I said before, I mean, kind of surprisingly have close games. We saw it in his first game against Purdue. We've seen it. We had a close game against Air Force. He had a pretty close game against Army. Those teams were able to stay in it. So we've yet to see him really blow anybody out.
Sure. And Henry Cole hands off to the right and doesn't get far. I really like BYU's quarterback. Like I said, it's a local kid there in Utah. His dad played it at Utah. Huge Utah fan, season ticket holders forever, and the Utes didn't recruit him at all. He was committed to go to Boise State. He took a last-minute visit to BYU and ended up signing there, and he's been terrific so far. So here we go. Yofi ends up almost making a user click on a quick curl route. Not a good read by Wilson early on. That's something that BYU cannot afford to lose the turnover battle. They've got to win it to have a chance.
Yeah, and that's what's going to keep them in the game. And, yeah, speaking of Wilson, yeah, he absolutely ripped Tennessee's heart out last year. So very familiar with that guy. They talked a lot about that and just throws a complete duck. So terrible start, honestly, for Zach Wilson here after that incomplete pass. A near interception and then about 12 yards off on that pass, just nowhere near the receiver. So tough start for BYU. That's not how you wanted to see them start the game.
Sure. Yeah, if you watch a BYU broadcast, all they talk about is how old the players are, that they all go on missions, and that Travis Wilson wanted to go to Utah. They show his parents like 800 times.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. But, that was an exciting game. That's the only time I've watched them, I think, last year. I was obviously able to watch them at the beginning of this year in real life, and it was they put on the show in that first week of football. So
against Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they crushed Navy. And Notre Dame completes it to Keys quickly. Book starts off fast. I'm surprised Yofi came out throwing. He normally likes to get the run game going here, but let's see what he comes back with. He's going no huddle, which also was a little bit strange for Yofi this early.
Yeah, we've seen Vic talk about that a lot. He does mix it up a lot with the tempos, and he usually likes to establish the run with Armstrong, but you can already see the speed differential there on that first pass.
And Book is just too fast. His speed is ridiculous there as he pivots out, picks up a pretty good first down.
Yeah, and just another example of what we're talking about, right, is that the speed differential between these two teams probably, especially in this game, is going to be pretty dramatic, and that's what he's going to utilize, and it's a smart strategy. Use Book right out of the pocket, and use Keys, I'm trying to think who's their speedy receiver, I can't think, but run to Armstrong, and it's just a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, I can't think of him either, but it's the guy he always throws those bombs to on the left-hand side.
Yeah, somebody in chat will surely remind us.
KCR will know. He's a Yofi guy.
Yeah.
It's Lindsay.
It's
Jared.
Lindsay, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we've just seen here, Book's going to roll out and find Keys. So Keys, a good early start for Keys is another completion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was a lot of curl routes there. BYU is not getting any good pressure. They are making Book move, but they're not doing a good job containing him in the pocket when they get the pressure. And here comes Notre Dame right off the bat here, going to punch it in with only 2 minutes gone in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really good start for Yofi, right? That's what you want to see. Quick 3 and out, get up on the board, but we'll see how this settles, right? He usually lets, very similar to how Rhombus lets teams hang around. We've seen it with the same problem with Yofi, right? He tends to let teams hang around and not take care of it till late in the game. Like you said, I think that's what makes him susceptible possibly to get upset. It's just not being able to really just blow teams out. We've yet to see him really do that at this point.
Sure. Well, he's a showman, right? I mean, I think he's used to, I think there are times when Yofi will play down to the level of his competition for the stream. He's not trying to make anybody turn the TV off, right? I mean, he wants to be close to the end, even if you probably could step on him.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has the most support as far as the stream. His chat is very active. We all know that. A lot of the times it's why you want to see him lose, maybe. I don't know. But, he's making just kind of going through the roster here. You can kind of see this is kind of what he does, right? He plays to the stream and interacts with the stream, and, man, it's what makes him, honestly, so popular, one of the most popular streamers for NCAA.
He just showed us Keys. Is Keys really a 67 overall? Because he plays a lot better than that.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all, right? So, when you have these rosters that are made up, I don't have any idea how they come up with those numbers for these guys, honestly. They have it down to a science, I guess, somehow, but if I was trying to make a roster, I would have no clue where to start.
Get him down. There you go, Hamilton.
So there's Wilson with a pass, and it's going to be a 4-yard reception. So finally, Wilson gets a completion and sets up second and manageable here.
I just went and looked at the VOD of his stream. He would have been a 67 if you put him in at running back. And there he does make that user pick. Wilson cannot afford to make those kind of throws. And he literally threw it right at that linebacker, just standing there waiting for it. And
just not a great start for him, right? We've seen, I think that's a 4th pass. We've seen a near pick, a pass that was about 5 yards away from the receiver, a 4-yard gain, and now an interception. So the opposite kind of start that we were talking about to see an upset here for BYU.
Transfer from Northwestern.
We'll see if Yofi can take advantage of this in Notre Dame. As it's Chris Tyree, who has that speed that we were talking about before, and it's going to be a 12-yard gain, making it 1st and 10.
Pause for a little replay right
Yofi's
He's
going to
gonna
show a replay
show
here.
us, show us stops on a dime and then gives a juke. Yeah.
Ooh, turned him around.
It's great stick control there.
What are you doing?
And this guy's number 28 is running away from it. He doesn't want any part of it.
And that's that AI, right? The CPU can do some weird stuff in this game.
It's like he must have thought Derrick Henry had a bead down on him. He was getting out of there. Book comes out in the shotgun, hands it off to Tyree on the left-hand side, and he picks up almost a first down, picks up a quick 8. So Tyree's having a solid game, and Yofi really can do no wrong at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a really good, solid start. Looking on the verge of maybe getting his first blowout here if things keep going this way. Obviously, it's a pretty solid start. Can't complain.
Throw to Trimble, and he does pick up a first down. I thought he was maybe a little bit short, but the computer gives him just enough, and he's got a first and 10 from the 14, so he can pick up a first down before he scores. And I would be surprised if he doesn't. That seems like exactly the kind of thing Yofi would try to do here is get tackled about the 2-yard line here, just so he extends this thing out a little bit. His book just ducks and dodges and ends up throwing it out of bounds for his first incompletion, but avoided a huge loss there. I mean, just excellent pocket awareness.
Yeah, he was able to avoid the pressure, and then smartly, instead of forcing a throw, gets rid of the ball. Just a good all-around play there for Book just to stay out of trouble.
Tyree takes it up the middle for 7, so now we've got a 3rd and 3. And Yofi is the kind of guy that's definitely going to go for this here. So this is absolutely 4-down territory for Yofi.
Yeah, and I think especially if you can get it, you don't lose a lot of yards here. And he's probably going to try to run for it to keep it 4th and short if he doesn't get it, would be my guess.
I like that Yofi goes under center. He goes with a play action pass. And like I said, he ends up getting that tackled inside there and ends up getting a new set of downs. He's at about the 4-yard line here. So we're going to get 4 plays from inside the 4, a classic Yofi drive.
Yeah, probably going to see a good dose of Tyree, as I thought it was going to be a run there, and he switched it up, goes with pass. A great time to do that on the 3rd and short if you're going to go for it on 4th down for sure to throw it there. So great play call.
Comes out throwing again. BYU's getting solid pressure and kind of a weird, I'm thinking maybe he hit the wrong button. I don't know what he did there, but takes a timeout. That's one of the things I like about Yofi is he will use his timeouts in some goofy, not necessarily in the flow of the game ways, maybe not the way that the rest of us would do it, but he's a big believer in momentum, and if he has a weird play like that or something goes sideways, he'll take that timeout, especially in the first half. He makes some pretty exciting timeout calls there, so he takes a timeout after that awful play.
Yeah, he definitely tries to utilize the coaching abilities that you can one up in this game, right? That where you're trying to get the fire up and all that kind of stuff, and that's a lot of times, especially in the first half, it's a good time to do that, to utilize that kind of stuff when it's available. So and kind of get everybody calmed down, get everybody rested, and go at it again. But here, we'll see what he does here on this 3rd and goal, as he's right at the 15, and it's got to be a touchdown here, or otherwise he might be looking at 3.
And Tyree takes the handoff, breaks it outside. That defender is just stuck in mud, and Tyree takes it to the house. And that was really what I was about to say, the play of the game for BYU. If they were able to get a stop there, force it to 3, maybe that's the momentum they need. But that defender was just embarrassed standing there flat-footed, and Tyree just uses his speed to get to the outside, and BYU didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, just great stick work there on the run of the right. Most of us, that wouldn't have been a touchdown, right? But is able to control that, use Tyree's speed, and use the stick moves that he needs to get to the end zone. Just a really solid play there by Yofi, especially on 3rd and goal from the 15. You don't expect a run there. And really great play call, really great execution.
Sharpshooter and I had the same thought for the exclamation point TD, trying to see if Mac Dove's awake to sing us a song on that touchdown. Mac Dove's fallen asleep somewhere.
Yeah, he's probably asleep, or he walked away computer. He's like,
My bad defense.
it's running fine. Everything is okay.
Yeah. It's running fine in Fantasy World Leagues in the chat. If something goes wrong, he can go downstairs and fix it himself.
Exactly. So we see a first down out of BYU there, right? So
yeah, but it's just awful throws. And here finally Wilson pushes it downfield a little bit. All of the other throws have been within 5-10 yards of the line of scrimmage and right over the middle, and they're just not giving Wilson a chance.
I got a touchdown.
Here we go.
Touchdown. I got a touchdown.
Sorry about the lag on that, guys. The computer was a little slow to recognize that command, but we finally got it.
We'll get it under control, Sharp, I promise. Yeah, so there we see run by BYU, nothing doing. So not a lot offensively going right for BYU other than that 21-yard pass we just saw a second ago. We're going to see what
Yofi's just daring them to run. I mean, he's got 3 guys in the box. He's just disrespecting their run as they go over the middle again. The first guy misses, and they do pick up 7 yards. BYU doesn't stand a chance if they're running the ball here, and Yofi knows it. They're going to have to throw, and they're going to have to make good throws. I do think it's important for BYU to run just enough to keep this, keep the down and distance right. We'll probably see a run here to pick up the first.
Let's go.
As Harry Cole takes it outside and just blows it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a great call there on 3rd and short, and you're going to see a punt here out of the CPU. Or they're going to try to kick a long field goal. So it's going to be, what's that, about a 56-yarder?
52.
52. Yeah, they're on the 35, right? So.
Yeah. And is Yofi going to get a chance to return this? He catches it in the end zone, but it does not let him return it because he was in the end zone. I guess he stepped out of bounds.
Is that going to be a touchback? Because he just lost 15 yards just by catching that ball. No, they're going to give it to him at the 35. So, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if it becomes a free play.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, interesting. Kind of like we saw with Hardcore with that weird on Tuesday night.
That interception that fell into the safety.
Yeah, I'm actually not even sure what the rule is for that. If you have a touchback on a missed field goal, like I said, it might be a free play, so it starts at the 35.
It is a free play, I'm pretty sure, because if you remember the old Leon Lett fumble play against Miami in the snow 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
I was pretty young when that play happened, and all that I remember that always has weirded me out is I remember that being a snow game.
Yeah.
And it was Dallas against Miami, and I'm still trying to figure out where the hell they found snow. It must have been a
Dallas. No, it was in Dallas.
Snowstorm in Dallas.
Yeah, it was. It was a late game in the year.
But that was a dome. The Cowboy Stadium's always been the hole in the roof.
They had the hole in the roof, remember? So, like, the only place it would snow at was on the field. Yeah, and then everybody had stopped, and then Leon Lett comes rumbling down the field and literally slides into the ball.
Yeah.
And they're out there dusting the snow away. That was a hilarious play. Leon Lett, he had several plays that he did stupid stuff like that. That wasn't his only, dumb play either, which is hilarious.
I think we're going to get a book draw here. He's optioning Tyree's going out, but Brooks going to take it up the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great read there. And take advantage, spread them out. We've seen several coaches be able to do that with that offense, spread it out, take the quarterback run, and utilize your mobile quarterback and get the first down. So, you really feel like the door is really starting to shut if we see a touchdown on this drive. 21 points, even in the second quarter, that's going to spell trouble for BYU if they give up a touchdown on this drive.
Well, and Yofi gets the ball at the second half, too, so they can really extend this lead. I don't see Yofi punting this whole game. I think he'll score exactly as many points as he gets possessions.
It seems definitely to be going that way unless he just makes a mistake or something like that. Right now he's played a really clean game. He's made the good play calls when he's got caught up. He's made the right decision, thrown the ball away. So far, a really clean game by him and great play calls as well.
And Book took a pretty good hit there. That's something I think is worth noting. And the game may just give the Notre Dame bias and not actually give Book an injury, but Yofi runs his quarterback more than most people, and even when the game's out of hand, he keeps running his quarterback and putting Book in position to take hard hits. So here we get a 4th and 2, so BYU may finally get that stop, but I think Book takes just so many hard hits. That's something I think that really Yofi needs to keep a better eye on, is how much he's letting his quarterback get hit.
Yeah, and you think, we're in week 11, right? And as much as he does run, it's surprising that he hasn't sustained any injuries with him. So far it's worked out. You're in week 11. You just wondered at like you say, that Notre Dame bias as he runs him again, and it's going to be good enough for the first down.
Early enough,
and,
but
yeah. So even on the road, obviously Notre Dame's getting those close spots, and it's working to their advantage.
Sure. I don't recommend anyone actually plays with BYU long term, but I do recommend you schedule away games at BYU, because it is one of the most beautiful stadiums in real life, and they did a tremendous job with it in this game. I love when they keep panning out and you can see the Wasatch Mountains. It is just the mountains in the Salt Lake area, especially down in Provo where BYU is, are just tremendous. It's one of the best places to watch a game.
Yeah, and they have that. It's just a really cool setting. I completely agree. I remember, I guess it was last year. They upset somebody after they beat us. I think it was USC.
Yep.
Yeah, at home, and that was just a really cool game. Like you said, visually, it was just really cool. I can imagine it's pretty cool at night as well, but it just seems to be better during the day there, where you can see the mountains in the background, like you can see there. It's just. Yeah, it is a really cool setting with those, with the background, for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't have much of a tailgating scene, but really anywhere out west you go really lacks the tailgating.
Yeah.
If you've ever done SEC tailgating, you'd be severely disappointed to go west really anywhere. I've been to a lot of games and never ran into anywhere that tailgates like even a bad SEC game is a better tailgate than anything you get out west. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Another great run for Tyree for 16 yards down to the 1 yard line. And you're just seeing this Notre Dame offense is really in control of the line of scrimmage. Huge gaping holes. Not a lot of pressure by BYU on most of these possessions. And it's just going to be Tyree again for a 1 yard rush. And, man, yeah, this is looking like a complete blowout at this point. And hopefully BYU wakes up and starts to make this a little bit interesting for us. At least gives us something good for them to talk about, because right now it's just all Notre Dame and nothing really great to say about BYU at this point.
There was an interesting graphic they just put on the screen. They said that was a 12-play drive, but they also said it was a 112-yard drive. So
I've never understood that. They continuously had that problem year in and year out with this game, to be honest. It happens a lot in 12 and 13, where for some reason the game drive yardage is always, like, half the time is wrong. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yeah.
But you'll go 5 plays for 67 yards and it'll be like 2 plays for 12 yards. I don't really understand why it does that. But, yeah, the classic 112-yard drive for Notre Dame.
And Notre Dame read that very well. I mean, Yofi shifted his defense to the and he user played the guy back to the right. He read that like a book. Dees calls out that he has to hand it to the Vols. They tailgate great. I agree. I as a Gator fan, it kills me to the best tailgating and honestly the best stadium experience I've ever had were both in Knoxville. It's not, they're not always the best team. They don't always look the best on the field, but the checkerboarding of Neyland, I've been there for one of those games against the Gators. That was amazing, and the tailgating on the river was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it does stink that they just have this horrible drought of just being awful, because most of our Tennessee's history has been, they're at least decent. You know what I mean? Like, even on the years where they're not in the national championship hunt, they're at least a decent opponent, except for a little over a decade now. It's just been bad, right? So, but yeah, it's fun to tailgate there. It's a cool stadium. It gets crazy loud. There's a lot of people that they fit in there. So I have to agree with Dees there. It is a pretty cool experience. But
Epps picks up a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, so there we go. Maybe BYU here, 3rd and first down, build off that last drive where they got past the 50. They're getting close to that mark at this point. We'll see.
And Notre Dame's bringing the house. He's got single coverage across the board here as Wilson keeps it, breaks a couple tackles, a little bit of juking, some goofy CPU stuff there where 2 Notre Dame guys were on top of each other. Let's see if Yofi watches it. So he misses him in the backfield. Then these 2 guys block each other on the right-hand side there. And Wilson gets a little bit of magic going. And hopefully, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Wilson actually wanted to go to Utah. And they didn't offer him a scholarship.
You don't say. Are you serious?
Yeah, his parents were pretty upset about it. As BYU fumbles, and we talked about the turnover battle. Yofi almost picked up a 2nd turnover as Wilson fumbles the ball on a scramble.
Now it seems like if it's right, Wilson's family are big Utah fans.
They are big.
I didn't know that.
Fans.
I've never heard that before.
They are big Utah fans.
And now, of course, we would pan to the shot of them being excited that they recovered.
They just like putting his mom on TV.
They really do. Yeah.
I don't mind it either, if I'm being honest. And the guys just got to catch the ball. I mean, Yofi's playing a great game, but BYU is not doing themselves any favors.
They're really not. I mean, from the get-go, right? Wilson's just been off. It's for somebody that's supposed to be pretty decent, it's just been a tough start for BYU offensively, especially. There's a good dot to Bushman for 11 yards. So
Yofi was still reading that. I mean, he still was only maybe a step behind from getting another user pick. So the windows are just real tight. This Notre Dame defense is just suffocating today. And they come out with 5 wides. Wilson in the backfield on his own.
And he absolutely Yofi seems to be in a lot of the same sets. We're going to get a flag. Are they going to
That's interference. It's got
here? Yofi is completely shocked. Love that face.
Yeah.
He gets so into the game.
Yeah, he can be as shocked as you want. That was absolutely pass interference. Hopefully he goes to the replay for us here.
He might be soaking. Yeah, he definitely is. You can see he was so upset with him.
Oh, it's perfect.
I mean,
he's all over him.
He is.
He's all over him.
Oh, I see nothing wrong there, ref.
He's all over him. He's like in him.
Right there. Yeah, I give it. It's there early, right? And obviously the mechanics.
Just a bad play call, though, right? I mean.
Yeah, I mean the mechanics of the game aren't going to show him move, but when you're halfway into the guy,
there's 2 BYU guys right in the same spot. The other BYU guy was as much in the way as the Notre Dame guy was. But here we go with a full house backfield. BYU hits the quick hitter, and instead of turning upfield, for some reason, there's a reason that guy's got an 82 number. He's not a running back. He didn't turn the ball upfield into what looked like pretty obvious holes, and BYU takes it. I mean,
vision there is what is it? It's like POV or something is what they call it, or the run vision. Must be low for number 84. So
for sure, turn it upfield here. And BYU, they're taking timeouts. I think they're really interested in scoring before the half here, but their starting running back, their best guy, their star player is averaging negative yards per carry.
They just can't get anything in the running game going, right? I mean, it's tough to move the ball when you're one-dimensional.
Yeah, when you're one-dimensional, and that one dimension is garbage so far.
Yeah.
And Yofi should have had another user pick. He can't be happy with himself. Cody Epps picks up a first down here, and we've got a first and goal from the 5 with 51 seconds left. And Yofi, if he can hold him to a field goal here, that's a big win. But I also think there's a chance he can force a turnover here just with the way that BYU's been playing.
Well, and the way that they're running the ball, he stands a pretty good chance of stuffing this 3 times, right? They're going to come out and throw. Wow. Ooh, that was actually a really good play by Wilson. We've given him crap all game, but did a little bit of juke in the backfield, allowed the receiver to come open, and then threw a good pass there. So that's maybe his best play of the game, in my opinion.
It's really hard to stop the computer when they're that close because there's really no time to react, right? You're only throwing the ball an inch, and it seems like the quarterback throws it about 100 miles an hour when you get down there that close.
Yeah, I completely agree. Usually that's an advantage for the defense, but if you pick the wrong play call, he blitzes everybody. There's nobody there in coverage. It's one-on-one. Like you're saying, there's just no time to react. As if there's a little bit of separation, you're not going to be able to make the play on it because the bowl that was the definition of a pancake block. So
yeah.
Rack that up on the stat sheets.
That Gunnar Romney, Romney's a big name in Utah. He's got a brother that's on the team as well. That's a quarterback. His name's Baylor Romney. He's one of the backup quarterbacks, but they're obviously related to Mitt Romney. But Gunnar Romney is he's actually leading in the country in real life. He's actually leading the country in yards per reception so far this season. It's early in the year, but he's been producing so far this year.
I'm guessing most of that came against in that
Navy.
first game against Navy. So
yeah. Yep.
But yeah, it's, I'm surprised you weren't going to say that he was interested in going to Utah. So
no. No, I don't think the Romneys are big Utah fans. They're much more BYU fans than Utah
well,
fans.
Yeah, that would make sense, right?
Tyree. Thank you, ref.
So now Chris Tyree getting involved in the receiving game. That's his third reception. That was a big one there to get the first down. 31 seconds left. If they can steal a touchdown here, get a touchdown before half, get a touchdown, get the ball back in the second half, that'll be huge. Really negates that drive that BYU just had as a prayer to stay in this game. So it's probably going to be a face mask, because Yofi definitely thinks so, and that's exactly what we're going to get. So not what BYU needs.
First down.
Giving them free yards here late.
It wasn't a great play by Yofi. I mean, it was really a waste of clock and not a great pass. I mean, it really was almost a loss of a play, but the face maskings that turned into something.
Yeah,
and it stops the clock.
Just a gift by BYU there, and they're just doing all the things that you're not that you don't need to do when you're trying to get an upset.
Book should be able to hit a wide open B.
And he didn't see it. I'm not too sure why he didn't pull the trigger there, but yeah, definitely.
It seemed like he was across the line of scrimmage when he finally threw that away, too. I don't know. That was a weird turn of events. He should have just ran it, or maybe he just wanted to make sure he stopped the clock. He knows he's out of timeouts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think B
they're probably all telling him in his chat of B.
Yeah.
Everybody's
backseat quarterback.
Backseat quarterback, chat quarterback.
I'm the worst at that. That's one of the reasons why I like calling games. It makes me stop doing that. Not another great play. I mean, he ran 7 seconds off the clock to pick up a yard. He might as well have just hucked it out of bounds.
Yeah, I was trying to troll you, obviously, in Sharpshooter's game.
Yeah, I was laughing.
Yeah, so I know you were, but I was taking over a little bit of mantle for you there.
I like it.
Calling a game.
I like it.
My stream crashed on my other computer. That's weird.
And Book drops back, throws it over the middle again, and so luckily he was able to pick up the first down. So now he's got to hustle up to the line.
He's got to hurry here, yeah.
I wonder if he'll spike it or if he's going to try to get a play off.
Looks like he's going to try to get a play here, but he better.
He's calling some weird plays though. He called I don't even know what the hell he called. And he's going to go to the end zone. The BYU guy's there and breaks it up. So he's going to get one more shot at the end zone. 5 seconds left. Do you take the field goal here, or do you?
I mean, if it's me, I probably do, just because you're up 27. You have to have a touchdown, and it's big just to get the points before the half.
You know you're getting the ball right back.
Yeah,
you know you're getting the ball back.
But this is Yofi, so he's that kind of, as we like to say, that backed up mentality. Don't kick the ball. Go for the points.
And the guy in the seam is wide open again, and he missed him. He's got one more second left.
So will he take the points? He looks like he's kind of. If you look at the facial expression, it looks like he's mulling over it, and he's going to take the points. And that's a good decision, I think. He lucked out that he got that second left on the clock, but I think that's the best decision there. Get your.
He got some home game clock management there. It felt like you normally don't get that gifted second on the road. I guess maybe if you're Notre Dame you do, but
yeah,
you don't normally get that 1 second, that phantom second left on the clock when you're on the road.
And Oklahoma State, as we know, will lose that game to Texas. Did they lose again? Because that was a close game. 3 points in the third quarter. It was Oklahoma State versus
State loses the Kansas.
Loses that game, I'm pretty sure. So
they do. They were the third top 10 team to lose. So A&M lost. Kansas lost. I guess they're the fourth because is Oregon in the top 10 or were they 13?
No, he was right outside the top 10.
Right outside.
Yeah.
So A&M lost, Oklahoma State lost, and Wisconsin lost. Is that right? Who was the fourth? Who was the third one?
Just this week, or you mean
this week? There was 3 top 10 teams that lost this week.
I don't know. Maybe
somebody in the chat will remember. I think it was Wisconsin. Chat's asleep. It's 11:30. They're asleep.
Yeah. No. Nobody's awake. Nobody knows.
Sharpshooter's mad that he can't get 10 kills a game, so he can join a tournament team. So Sharp was like, should I try to get a real job, or should I just try to go pro in Call of Duty? He's on the fence.
We got Tyree and
we got. If you can do it, I mean.
Yeah.
Seems like the thing to do.
I'd do it. Tyree takes the kick out. I'm surprised Jofi didn't pitch that back. A lot of times, he did have a pitch there at the end. I don't know what that was. What the heck was that? Or that was a play from earlier, maybe?
That was a play from earlier? Yeah, I think that was a...
That was weird.
That would have been really weird because I was like, I didn't see that happen.
Yeah. Jofi does like to pitch those kickoffs, though.
Yeah. He can get wild for sure.
Yeah, don't try that at home, folks.
Yeah, for sure, don't try that at home. Yeah, after that loss, that's what I was thinking. Ramos was just outside the top 10. He was at 13.
To run that play. Yeah, what up, Buster?
So, yeah, Wisconsin lost to Pitt. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah. So, there we see the Texas A&M score. 1 point loss. So great book, and then to get down, avoid the hit, just showing more of that athleticism and speed out of book, and just a great looking scramble there.
You know, my favorite part of that play is he never even looked to throw. There was wide open receivers, and he just, as soon as he dropped back, he pivoted out to his left, which Book's a right-handed quarterback. You should keep that in mind. Pivoted out to his left and ran that ball without even looking at the wide open receivers that he had.
Yeah, he had an idea of what he was going to do before
for sure.
The play developed, right? And that's where you're saying maybe he overruns him a bit, which is probably a fair criticism. So far, it's not hurt him too bad, but you know, those things aren't going to work against users. Obviously, this game plan, stuff like that's not going to work against. We saw it didn't work against hardcore. You know, but it can work depending on how good the user is or isn't. So
yeah, losing to hardcore is not nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, he took care of business against Ravens fan.
Yeah,
took care of business against C-Migs.
Yeah, he's definitely shown that he can hang with it, and he's still, you know, we keep going over this. It just really depends on these last few weeks of how things shake out. There are plenty of teams, plenty of users that have the ability to make it into that championship game. It'll be just interesting to see how it all shakes out at the end.
Jofi doesn't have a championship game, so that hurts him. But Stanford continuing to win, I'm pretty sure. I mean, if the schedule is set up how it should be at all, Notre Dame should have Stanford late. That's a big game because Stanford is really looking tough. They've got one loss on the year to Texas, who Notre Dame beat.
Mm-hmm.
So that Stanford win, usually that's the last game of the year for Notre Dame is Stanford. So if they can get a win against Stanford at the very end of the season, that'd be a huge, almost conference championship level win for them, with Stanford being a top 10 team.
Yeah, and really all you can have to do at this right is out. That's really all you have control over.
Yep.
And then, you know, if the chips fall right where you see, you know, Sharp beat Bees, and then, you know, Miami upsets. Yeah, you know, Miami upsets Sharp, which is more than possible. That game was so close, and that was with Coach Bryan and Miami having a broken controller, right? So you just never know how that's going to shake out. So there's a ton of different scenarios. It's completely wide open to how it's going to be. towards the end of the year. So it's really going to get exciting as this season progresses. And I think that's great. I mean, you're seeing, if you look at the top 25, the majority of that top 25 now is users, and we're going to see that at least the top 6 teams. I'm assuming, depending on where Alabama ends up after this week, you could see the top 6 teams, top 7 out of the 6, something like that, would be all users. So
that was an ugly play. I mean, Book rolled to his right, had guys hanging all over his back. This number 3 breaks his route off, goes all the way back across the field. Book throws it completely across the field to this guy. Don't try that at home, kids. That's something
it's always good to roll to the right, throw across your body all the way back across the field.
Yeah, the only way it would have been better is if he would have rolled to his left and threw all the way across his body after rolling to the left. Yeah. But Yofi does that. I mean, last week he had one that looked like a Patrick Mahomes play. He rolled to the left and did a little flick pass to his running back, and Yofi makes magic happen for sure. He's got the luck of the Irish on his side.
Yeah, 100%. And they're just another great run with Book, and man, they just can't stop the run. They really can't stop this Notre Dame offense. They're moving on all cylinders. And there you see that touchdown right after the half. He also ate a bunch of that clock up. Just a really good, solid drive to come out of halftime and put points up on the board, just like we were talking about. He got the 3 right before half, finishes up with the touchdown at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, the only knock on him on his whole game so far is, obviously they were able to drive on him just that one time, but a little bit of missed opportunities to not get 7 before the half, and that's a pretty minor knock on a guy that's had such a perfect game, is that he wasn't able to get a touchdown before the half.
Yeah, and it was really just because of that one play maybe where he's he missed an open receiver on that stream route, really. So just trying to run a fade to the corner, save time. So
it seems like Yofi is not making a lot of reads. It feels like he knows where he wants to go with right off the bat, and if it's not there, he's running Book. It doesn't feel like he's going into it and saying, okay, these are the 3 routes. It seems like he's predetermining where the ball's going to go, and it's working. And he's a good player, and he's getting a lot out of it. And Gunnar Romney again puts up a huge reception, so 54 yards. And he wasn't the only guy open on that either. If Yofi was to replay that, the closest guy to Gunnar Romney when he caught that ball was 2 other BYU guys, as you see in the screen here.
That are wide open over the middle. So left the middle completely wide open, and that's what BYU needed to do from the beginning of this game, was get those kind of throws early on and not have the turnovers. And we just didn't see that early. Now they're maybe starting to get a little bit. Wilson looks like he's getting a little bit of rhythm. It's going to be
a screenplay. Yofi's all over it,
but just misses out on that user play there, and it turns into a touchdown. So great response by BYU, clinging on for life to stay in this game. Was in position, just couldn't make the play there. And that's probably because he switched to the user too late.
Yep. Yeah. Yofi hits his chest. He knows that's on him. I mean, he read that was a screen pass from the bat right off the bat. He's really good at reading those things. We talk about hardcore making those picks. We saw that firsthand earlier this week. I mean, I thought that was going to be another example of a good user making a pick on a screen, and they try to go for 2 and they don't quite get it in. I'm surprised they went for 2. They're down 17 if they go for 1. Going for 2 there puts them down 15. That's still 2 scores and a 2-point conversion. I just don't know that that's a good call by BYU there.
Yeah, I like what you said in the last game. It starts thing where you start chasing points. It's I hate that chasing points thing, especially early, because you don't know, right?
Yeah.
You hold them to a field goal. If you go for 2, then then you force yourself into scoring another touchdown.
Well, now they're down 18, so they don't need they can't. And now they are absolutely forced to be down 3 scores. Whereas before, if they go for 2, they're only down 15. Now they have a chance. If they go for 1, they're only down 15. They keep it to 2 scores either way.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see how he responds here. You're going to line up in that pistol, and He's going to bring a guy in motion, and it's going to be a
play action pass.
Just not a lot of time there. Good pressure by BYU. Just the play action just didn't have a chance. The offensive line wasn't able to hold him there, and that was bad from the get-go. Didn't have any
Book's speed is just for some reason he is just 2 clicks too fast for these defenders. Most other people get sacked on that play, and he just is able to for some reason he's able to stand there with 2 BYU guys on his tail. Here he goes making another just wild throw to Tremble as he breaks, and that's starting to be a trademark of Yofi's game. These rollout Patrick Mahomes style broken plays. He's starting to make more and more of those every week, and he's yet to get burned on one, so props to him. But it's just kind of a sloppy style that he's really starting to take ownership of and make the most of.
Yeah, I mean, he also could have taken off with Book there. And we talked about how much he's taken off the Book, so at least he stayed disciplined, threw the ball, and wow. Talk about the BYU guy being open. Mayer's wide open on the right side of the field.
Well, he was wide open because Book got hit by about 17 defenders there as he threw that. So Book took a big shot to deliver that one, and it paid off. Meyer was wide open, and you can see if you noticed when Yofi had his line up there, his whole line is getting quite gassed on this drive. So hopefully they're able to hold up and provide some protection here, because they're all at least light yellow, if not orange, at this point.
Okay, go. Hey, he's going to take Book, and once again, Book's going to roll out. He's not down. Let's go, Ian. Kind of avoids the hit there out of bounds, and another good pickup is he's got 68 yards rushing. I think it was about 160-something yards passing, close to 160 yards passing, so a good balance day so far.
And Book is dark red, if you noticed when he had him out there. And this is something that happened last week when we called Yofi's game, is he continued to run Book even when he was dark red like that. So let's see what he does here. Hands it off to Tyree, and he probably will score here. He does a little juke back play. Only ends up with 3 yards. And Chris Tyree's having a great game. He's got a couple catches as well.
Yeah, and it was a really good open field tackle by that safety there, and good discipline. That could have very easily been a touchdown, especially with Tyree as good as jukes he has, and another good tackle there. Spin move. It's going to be 3rd and 4, and
there's no way Yofi doesn't put Book on the perimeter here and give him a chance. It's just so classic Yofi. I don't know that he'll actually do a read option. I think it's probably a possibility. He went to his backup quarterback.
Yeah, took him
Smart
out.
Move.
So.
Smart move.
He's like, well, I got to do it. So yeah, I like that move. Puts in Clark, and probably looking at a read option here, I would imagine. Just going to straight run the option. So 3 good, really good tackling plays there inside the 10-yard line for BYU. I imagine he's still going to go for it. Now we see he's going to put Book back in now that he got a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, now he's not bright red. He's only yellow, so that's enough.
And you get the break, and he's probably going to come back rested, I would imagine, here to start the 4th.
And there was only 2 possessions for Notre Dame and 1 for BYU in that quarter. So
get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Take it back, boys.
Thanks, Mac. You scared the hell out of me, I'm not going to lie. If I'd have had my lights off, I probably would have piddled a little bit. And so we got a big 4th and 4 right here, John. Let's see what... and he's only got 5 seconds left. He may end up having to take a timeout here. And he does get it off. Book's going to be having some happy feet, and he breaks a sack. He ends up getting tackled by his offensive lineman.
That was almost
if I didn't trip over my lineman right there,
a really good play there. I don't know how he didn't go down, but
hey guys, fun fact here.
Oh, okay.
The number 1 proven way to win a football game is to outscore your opponent.
Hey, that is
accurate.
Fun fact.
Wilson
Sean
throws
Madden
the ball.
There.
I don't know what that was. He had some guys open too, and he stepped up in the pocket. I feel like Wilson is trying to do his best Ian Book impression here and just pull wild passes out of his ass at all times.
Did it
it's plays like that. Yeah.
Did it say he was 13 for 17 now? Which is kind of shocking the way he started the game. But wow, then they
he hits Romney, and I'm telling you, Gunnar Romney is a receiver to watch.
Yeah.
It's plays like that make you wonder why Utah didn't. I don't know if you know this, but Zach Wilson wanted to go to Utah. It's plays like that makes you wonder why.
Is
Utah
this
didn't
Mitt Romney's son?
It's Mitt Romney's nephew, I think.
Nephew. Where were you? He definitely fell asleep, Max. We talked about this earlier. The stream. Where you at? My God.
And another big pass.
And true John Madden pass.
Sorry, Tug Romney is the son name, yeah?
Tug, yep.
Very good. More random facts. I think we talked about that too.
He's got a few weird son names. And we're going to see a weird release. Maybe this is why.
Maybe that's why Utah didn't take him. Apparently.
How do you defend that? How do you defend that magic?
It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son.
You could tell it's 11:40 Eastern time. I'm about to fall asleep, and Mac is losing it in the driver's seat.
And Wilson's going deep.
Ooh, and that should have been a
He
pick.
again can't pick it off. So this is similar to what we saw in the sharpshooter game. The users are in position to make some plays, and they're just not getting their hands on the ball. So maybe Yofi will get lucky and will get his hands on one of those late. And BYU's making this close. If they can score here.
That's what I was about to say. If they can get a touchdown here, we're back to.
Wilson breaks a tackle, almost gets a first down.
Looked like he got broken in half, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought he fumbled.
And I don't know what's going on with the animation right now for this game, but it is starting to break. Not only did
I thought he fumbled. The way the camera sucked in like that, I thought he fumbled. And if he would have cut back to the left, he had a lot of real estate.
Space.
They've got no safety over the top, so Yofi cheats up. Really only one line of defense, and once the running back gets through, he breaks it. So I think Yofi was offsides as well.
No, we got a
personal foul clip. So Yofi gets bailed out, which is just classic Yofi.
Is that down the field, or is it going to be? No, it wasn't. It was down the field, so it's still 3rd and 5. So
what's BYU doing blocking in the back when the running back was obviously past the guy? It was 10 yards downfield.
Gotta love the clip.
It's right here.
Gotta love the clip.
Wilson's going to come throw another behind-the-back miracle pass here. Wilson gets happy feet in the pocket and just can't stick. So BYU really has to go for it here if they want to stay in the game. But the computer will probably take the field goal, which will put them only down 15. They do need 3 scores. I guess it doesn't really matter what order they get them in, but they are going to go for it.
I'm going to go for it. Yeah, I think you gotta go here. And man, this is just really turned into a train right there for BYU. Was in really good position, and now just.
Let's go. Well, I missed that
I don't know what this is bad. I don't know what else to say.
He hit his lineman in the face with the ball.
Who had turned around.
So that should have been a penalty for an ineligible receiver, probably.
What's interesting, as much as we watch this game, that this particular game, the animations are just awful right now. I don't know what's going on.
And Book goes down with another sack. So the wheels are kind of coming off for Notre Dame here, if we're being honest. It's not looking great. I wonder if he doesn't pull his starters here. The game's basically under wraps. There's only 4 minutes left. He hasn't had a positive gain in a while, right? John, in game time, we're talking 3 or 4 minutes here of just bad plays. So does he leave his starters in to try to get momentum going again? Does he pull them out to make sure that the bad news doesn't keep rolling? What do you do here?
My guess is he probably leaves them in. I don't know if he's maybe played the game so long at this point, maybe he's starting to drag now that he's up 31-13. It's just he doesn't seem to be as in it. I haven't been paying too much attention to Yofi, to be honest, here lately, but it's starting to get late. You've been streaming for a while.
He rolls backwards. That really that's just Book bailing him out.
Hey guys, fun fact from the sideline here.
Yeah,
Okay.
For those of you looking to lose weight, weigh yourself when the moon is directly overhead because you will weigh slightly less.
The moon will be pulling you up. The gravity of the moon will pull you up.
Lighten you up, less gravity.
Yofi goes with a punt here, so again, I mean, two drives where he is unable to.
I don't know the whole physics behind it. I just know that it's a fact on
that's a waste. If you don't know the physics behind it, don't tell us the fact.
Way to bring us a half-baked cake. I really appreciate half-baked cake. I really appreciate that. Oh God, this is the budget's tight here at G12 Network. We got half-ass sideline reporters at best. Solid producer though. I will note. I do know
shrimp can only swim backwards.
It's good to know. Delicious
Did you notice that somebody has already updated the score of the sharpshooter game in the ticker across the bottom though? What in the hell is going on here? I have played 1,000 games on this game, and I have watched probably another 1,000, and there's been more weird shit in this game.
What's going on? I don't have any idea. It's really weird. Like, that's what I'm saying, that the animation is just gone bonkers. I don't know. Yofi has put on the special broken version of NCAA 14 because some wild crap is going on. I don't know.
I do like. I mean, Yofi's did.
See a safety here.
Can he get a safety? No, he can't quite get a safety. So Yofi is one of the only players I've ever seen block a punt. So we'll see if we get that. He can afford to get an offsides.
I've never even come close.
He's going to go after it.
Never even come close.
I don't even try anymore.
Listen, my kid cheats at this game, okay, and turns.
He almost got that, John.
He did. My kid cheats, turns off the offsides, still can't block a punt. That's a fun fact for you.
He's gonna run this back. He almost gets it back.
Right there.
Yeah,
that was pretty impressive.
There you go, Mac. I even threw my arms up for you, and it's gonna be super fast because I was like,
it was a little premature. So, John, I don't know if you've noticed when they show the mountains here, there's a canyon you can kind of see between the mountains, and it's Provo Canyon, and there's one of the most beautiful waterfalls up that canyon. It's called Bridalveil Falls. It is just an unbelievable waterfall in that canyon. It's one of my favorite places on earth.
Did John Smith visit there?
Joseph Smith?
Yeah, him too.
Joseph Smith didn't actually make it to Utah. He died.
Yeah, he died. He got killed by
Illinois.
He was in Illinois.
Yeah, he died in Nauvoo.
John Smith break for John, this dude. Dang it.
Fun fact of the day: Nauvoo, Illinois, actually was the largest city in Illinois. It was bigger than Chicago when the Mormons were there. It was quite a metropolis, and the state of Illinois and the anti-Mormons didn't like that.
Get out of here!
I am a practicing Scientologist, not necessarily a Mormon.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, potato.
Brigham Young, though, is probably someone who would have seen that. That's who BYU's named after. I'm not 100% sure he went down into the Provo area. They were mainly focused about 30 miles north of there in Salt Lake, but where University of Utah is. Where University of Utah's campus sits is almost exactly where the Mormons first came into the valley. There's the famous, supposedly Brigham Young said, "This is the place." You know, it basically said that's where we're going to set up. And there's a monument there called "This is the Place" monument, which is really close to the University of Utah campus.
It's a heck of a quote. This is the place.
Yeah,
I can't get a better quote than that. You really can't. And this is really turned into a weird game, to be honest.
It has. Yeah, we're going to Mormon facts, and
how do you know so much about Utah?
I lived in Utah almost my entire life.
I didn't know that. So okay.
Him and Vic are cousins.
We're not cousins.
They look a lot alike, though. Let's be honest.
No, we do look alike. We do look a lot alike.
There does look like there's some family connection.
We both ate a lot of Cafe Rio. Yep.
Yeah. So how does a guy from Utah become a Florida Gators fan?
Good question. The main reason that I'm enrolled as a student at University of Florida is so I don't have to answer that question anymore. I can just say I'm a student.
Well, okay, but that's bullcrap.
Prior to that.
Yeah, there it is.
Prior to that, that was a good pass play by Zach Wilson, by the way.
It's about time. He's needed a couple.
Yeah, that was actually a legit one where he actually stood flat-footed. He didn't throw it from behind his head. I grew up in not only in Utah but in very rural Utah, and one of the only channels we had was just the channels you could get with rabbit ears. So I had CBS and ABC, the basic channels, and the SEC on CBS was a mainstay for me on Saturdays. And I was born in '82, so I was a teenager just coming into my prime years during the Spurrier years. Yeah, so enjoyed watching them, and then they just kind of kept winning. The first time I remember crying that still sticks out of my life is when Tommy Frazier ran all over the Gators in the national championship game. And my best friend at the time was a big Huskers fan. Both his mom and dad had graduated from Nebraska, and having to go to school after talking all the trash that Florida was going to win that game that was the first time I really remember ever having to eat crow in my life. So
got it next year, baby. Don't worry. It was always There's always next year. You got it next year. You can talk trash.
He was a teen when Spurrier did his magic, but that was the Spurrier reborn. That was not the same Steve Spurrier. That was the man that came crawling back from an awful stint with the Redskins. As Gunnar Romney scores another touchdown, and this guy, I'm telling you, if you're trying to pick up a team to play with, like I've mentioned, not only is the stadium fun, but Zach Wilson, tremendous quarterback. Gunnar Romney is a real threat. And this BYU team's pretty fun to play with as Yofi goes off sides trying to block the extra point.
Hey, Steve Spurrier won 11 games with that South Carolina program, who we all know historically is trash.
Yeah, absolutely.
South Carolina is located south of North Carolina.
That is true. That's very true.
KCR called the game was going to be 38-20 earlier, and now he's saying looking like that's going to be accurate because it is 38-20. So
good call.
But then he also said shout out Vic, which is one of the fastest ways to get banned in this channel.
What? Somebody ban that guy. What's going on? We don't shut up.
Yofi's chat's bleeding over into G12 chat.
Where is Vic?
Vic is mysteriously. I've actually been keeping an eye on Yofi's chat, which it is worth noting, and I hate to be the guy to call it out, but it is worth noting. I've been watching the numbers this whole game. We've had 5 to 10 more people than Yofi this whole game. So Yofi's numbers are way down, and his chat has been dead. It's late.
It's late.
Well, it's not that late for the Yofi boys. This is normal. I mean, they do Friday night drinks. This is pretty normal for them.
It'd be Friday night drinks.
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 But it's pretty much only been Casey talking in his chat. So I think I'm a little worried about Yofi. I think that's part of the reason he's looked so flat is his chat hasn't been hopping like it normally is.
Well, he's going to get out of here with a win. And
yeah,
it took a weird turn tonight, guys, but it was fun. I had fun. It's midnight here, and I enjoyed it.
Yofi puts on a show whether he intends to or not. The game helped him put on a show tonight.
It did. That was some weird stuff. So I'm assuming he's going to jump in here.
Yeah, hopefully he will. Let's rotate questions so I don't just dominate.
Okay.
I have a bad habit of that.
Absolutely. I'll make up something.
If you don't have anything, just point at your camera because I can see you. So I got a list.
Happy with the win.
No, it's this way. I got to think it's reverse. So I'd be like,
just point
this guy.
forward. Just point forward. I don't care. It's fine. It is reversed, huh? I just didn't test that.
Yeah, I just realized that. Whatever. You got to remember that it's the opposite. Except up and down, that's the same. If you point up, it's up. Fun fact.
Fact of the day. John Rob's fact of the game. Even when your camera's backwards, if you point up, it's still up.
Still up. So.
And it looks like we've got Coach Yofi. I'm not sure you can. Can you hear us, Coach?
Yep. Yeah. I hear you guys. Yep.
Hey, congratulations on the win. Not a huge blowout. Not the blowout we thought it was going to be as it started off, but still a very solid win on the road in one of the tougher places to play. Why don't you give us your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like we definitely should have probably beat them a little bit more than we did, but I feel like we just took the foot off the gas at the end and kind of played it a little bit safe there in the second half.
Yeah, we talked about this in the stream. That maybe was some of the weirdest crap that was going on during your game that we've ever seen in over and over. That weird throw by Wilson where his arm
Oh my God.
dislocated and he threw it behind his back.
That was
We don't know
insane.
what was going on.
That was amazing. That was a great throw, though. I mean,
Yeah, well, it was. So, yeah,
And then
what
he
are your thoughts on
followed
that?
that up by spiking the ball off his own player's face mask on the next throw.
Yeah. I mean, you play this game more than probably any of us, I would say, as much as you stream this game. Have you had that much weird animation go wrong?
yeah, that kind of shit just happens. I mean, it's just such an old game, man. You see that kind of stuff all the time. Where the guys, I've had one where you score where the guy's not even down yet, and they just kind of carry him in the end zone. It's like, all right, I'll take it. I'll take that touchdown.
Right there at the end of the first half, you ended up kicking a field goal, but you had a couple opportunities to get a touchdown there, and you had the play get broke up. Did you ever consider going for that with that 1 second left? Or what was the decision that finally made you kick?
No, yeah, that's what the 5 seconds was left. I mean, I feel like with 5 seconds you can at least maybe get a play and still get a field goal, but it has to be a touchdown throw. So we were pretty much playing for the field goal, and if Tremble happened to out jump him in the end zone, then I mean we'll take a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you got the home field advantage on that clock. You don't normally get that magic second left on the clock on the road very often.
Yeah, I know. When he batted it down, there was 1 second left. I'm like, just hit the ground. Come on, hit the ground, hit the ground.
It's that Notre Dame, no matter where you go.
Even hey, I mean, you said it, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like you're doing well, right? You're set up. You're sixth in the country. You continue to win. They're not blowouts or anything like that. I think you could have very easily, won by 40 or something. You like I said, you kind of took the foot off the pedal. How do you feel with your positioning, the rest of your schedule as you're moving forward here, Yofi? You're in really good position, probably in the top 5 after this week, and moving forward as we get to the end of the season.
I feel like at this point, it's not even really about it would be nice to win by 40. I mean, that's obviously, we only had 159 passing yards. We're just we just want to win games. We just want to finish the season undefeated. And if we can't do that, we finish 11-1. And then after that, but it's just win. I mean, it may not look pretty all the time. The score may not look great, but I don't think us being a team that doesn't blow teams out is going to stop us from potentially getting into the national championship. Although that conference championship game might be a bit rough.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys ahead of you. One thing that is nice, I don't know if you happen to catch the results from earlier today, but Rhombus TV and the Oregon team played Stanford and lost to Stanford. So Stanford continues to only have one loss, and I believe you still have them on your schedule.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
So that's a big game, a big opponent, but that'll help your rankings as we get close to the end of the season here with them continuing to be tough. The only other question I had, one of the criticisms we had for you in the past has been running book too much, sometimes running when maybe you didn't even have to. I noticed that when you had the ball down there and you ultimately ended up not scoring on that drive, but you subbed Book out. Are you trying to be a little more conscious of how many hits you're getting Book during the game?
He was so gassed on that play. We had to take him out. If he stayed in on that, he probably would have gotten hurt. I mean, he was in the red. So I was just going to live or die with whatever the backup run or quarterback gave us. I mean, he's kind of a bigger guy, so I was hoping maybe he could run a guy over, maybe make a move, but he's not that good.
Yeah, no, excellent game tonight, Coach. Do you have any more questions, John?
No, I think that'll do it for me. I would keep doing what you're doing. You're winning. I completely agree with that philosophy. Agree more. It's all about getting the W's and not how pretty it looks on the score sheet. So, like I said, I think you probably could if you wanted to, but that's not the goal, right? So, good luck the rest of the season, Coach. Looking forward to the next one.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Definitely catch this VOD. There was a lot of excitement in this VOD. We had some random people drop in and sing, and some
Weird
really
stuff.
great facts.
All right, I can't wait.
You should catch this one.
I can't wait. All right, boys.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, man. Have a great night, guys.
You too.
Hey, lay off my Kool-Aid, motherfucker.
That's the way to end it. We just end the stream right
Yeah,
there.
you should have just cut the feed right there, Matt. Well, John, any closing thoughts?
No, I think that sums it up, right? I mean, nothing kind of like we talked about, it's probably not going to be a blowout. He can win by 21 every game or whatever. He gets a solid win. It's an 18-point win. He took the pedal off the gas a little bit, and I can't argue with that strategy. He was in control from the get-go. BYU looked rough, and he took advantage of it. And I think it's another solid win for Yofi, and it keeps him in that hunt, right? It keeps him in that possibility. As we get down the stretch here, the dubs are way more important to me than the stats and the how good you look and all this other kind of stuff. Get the dub, get on to the next week in week 12.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody ahead of Yofi still has very tough opponents. All the users still have tough opponents left, whether that's tough rivalry games at the end of the season like Oklahoma has Oklahoma State, or user games. Baker still has to get by Wisconsin and Michigan both. With Michigan's ranked, he still got Michigan State as well.